afternoon, everybody. This is Frank Messer on the New York Yankee pregame show just before this afternoon's game between the Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. We have a beautiful day here at Yankee Stadium, bright sunshine. Billy Martin has nominated left-hander Ron Guidry. Earl Weaver of Baltimore will go with right-hander Dennis Martinez. It sounds to me like a pretty good pitching matchup. Earl Weaver, first of all, congratulations to you on being named Manager of the Year in the American League last year. Quite an honor.
Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it.
All right, talking about managers, Earl, how important is a manager to a ball club once the game starts?
Well, once the game starts, I don't think he's nearly as important as he is over the winter. Before you go to spring training and helping or telling the general manager what you think you're going to need for the upcoming year, and then when you get down there to instruct your ball players as to how you want the game played, and finally picking a 25 that'll come north with you. Then again, right before the ball game, you're going to have to insert 9 players into that lineup that you think can do the job on that particular day. Once you do that and turn the lineup card into the home plate umpire, I think most of the rest is up to the ball players.
Earl Weaver, you talk about the planning in the winter. It has to be then a 2-man operation or more, depending on the setup of the front office. But the manager, and you mentioned the general manager. Once the season starts, though, if the team goes bad, it's usually the manager that takes the heat.
Well, that's true, because in most instances, I think owners, general managers will go to their manager and say, well, now what do we need to be a contender? What do we need to win the pennant? And you'll say, well, we'll need so-and-so. You know, in our instance last year, we had 97 wins, and we didn't feel like we had to make a lot of changes throughout the winter. However, we did trade an 18-game winner in Rudy May and feel that we helped our bullpen by getting Joe Kerrigan and Don Stenhouse in it, along with the right-handed hitting outfielder who is being platooned right now in Gary Renicky. Another reason that we did do that was the fact that we had 2 good young pitchers, or at least we felt we did, and Dennis Martinez, who was the spot starter last year, and I wanted to get him into the rotation, and a young fellow that Yankee fans know, Scott McGregor, who I have a lot of confidence in. Now, you say that the manager, I relayed this information to our owner, to our general manager. We cleared the spot. We put these guys in a pitching rotation, and then I guess if they fail, it is the manager's fault, and he's the fellow that has to be blamed.
My guest on the Yankee pregame show is Oriole manager Earl Weaver, and we'll be back in just 1 minute. 5.
When Reggie swings,
New York wins. When Broadway sings, New York wins. At NYU, in Jersey too. For the kids at the Bronx too. New York wins. New York wins. On the street, on the beat, at the net, you can bet. With trumpets and violins, New York wins. When Yankees score, New York wins. When you explore, New York wins. Start your day and cheer it. This is where you'll hear it. Hear it on FM. New York wins. New York wins.
Earl Weaver, you brought up an interesting point. The trade of Rudy May. You trade an 18-game winner. It's got to take a lot of guts, I would think, to trade a man who won 18 games for you.
Well, again, I say we wanted these other fellas into the starting rotation. I think if you look up Dennis Martinez's record, it was 14-7 last year, which is a better winning percentage, and you feel if he could have had more starts, if we can get him more starts, then we'll have a better winning percentage because we feel that he's the type of pitcher that can do that. The other thing is in the new baseball system with the free agent situation and the re-entry system, that these young fellas we know are going to be around here for 6 years. They cannot leave our ball club for that length of time. They are obligated by baseball laws to perform for us and cannot declare their free agency. So you might as well get them when they're young and take advantage of those 5 or 6 years.
Earl, you bring up the free agency. Do you think that it is going to be on the downgrade now? The big splurge has been made, the big money has been made by so many people, or will it stay with us for a long time?
I think it'll stay with us forever. As I say, number one, the players will have to come out of the farm system. You got your Reggie Jacksons and Gossages who have become free agents and have taken advantage of the new rules. 6 years from now, you'll have your Eddie Murrays becoming free agents. And at that particular time, there's going to be one owner somewhere, one general manager, one manager sit down in winter and say, well, if we had Eddie Murray, that's the one guy that can put us over the hump. And as a result, those big bonuses in most situations will continue to go. And I think it's good for baseball because it can take a ball club, we'll say Milwaukee, who just in 2 years bought Sal Bando and Larry Heisel and makes them a contender. Next year they'll probably go after, if they don't happen to make it this year, they'll go after a big pitcher. But it can make a club that is a non-contender to a contender in 2 years, where you couldn't do that in the old days when the Yankees were winning, we'll say 9 out of 10 American League pennants and 5 straight world championships. The other clubs just couldn't compete with that, but now you can go out and get your free agent and all of a sudden become very competitive.
My guest on the Yankee pregame show, manager Earl Weaver. A final question in just 1 minute. If a catastrophic illness suddenly struck you or your family, could you afford the hospital and doctor bills? Now you don't have to worry. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Greater New York announces a group insurance plan that covers catastrophic illness and pays bills up to $1 million in your lifetime. It's called $1 Million Master Medical for groups as small as 3 people. $1 Million Master Medical covers almost every aspect of health care you or your family may need, from hospitals and doctors to major medical expenses, prescription drugs, and ambulatory services. It also pays hospital bills up to 365 days a year if needed. Ask about signing up for $1 Million Master Medical where you work. To get more information about benefits and limitations, write to WINS Radio, 90 Park Avenue, New York, 10016. That's $1 Million Master Medical, care of WINS Radio, 90 Park Avenue, New York, 10016. Earl Weaver, just briefly, talking about the free agents, making baseball more competitive. I think any manager would like to run away with a pennant by probably 25 or 30 games, but you give the indication to me that you like to see the tight race.
Well, the manager would like to, and I enjoyed it in 69-70 when we were winning the American League pennant by 10 or 12 games. But certainly for fan interest, the tighter races really do something for the game.
Earl Weaver, thanks for talking with us. This has been the pregame show sponsored by Abraham and Strauss and Blue Shield and Blue Cross of Greater New York. I'm Frank Messer, and now stay tuned for New York Yankee baseball.
We're here today at Zbart, seeking person-to-person interviews for our continuing documentary series, You Are Here. Sir, you are here.
I know.
Your name, please?
Vladimir Shutsky. I travel from Moscow.
Well, shoot, Shutsky. Just kidding.
You make another joke, I break arm.
Tell me, Vladimir, what brings you all this way to Zbart?
Positive protection. I know when I come to Zbart, they make sure job is done right. No shortcuts, no fancy promises. I get positive protection.
And?
I like American cheeseburger.
No, for rust protection, Vladimir.
Some men walk mile for camel. I cross ocean for Zbart.
Isn't that rather inconvenient?
Not important. I want the best. You Americans no dummies. I know who you trust, who you depend on. Zbart.
Well, there you have it. Vladimir Shutsky says...
Whether it's across town or just around the corner, Zbart is worth the trip. Our name is your assurance of positive protection. Zbart. It's us or rust.
New York Yankee Baseball is sponsored by Yoo-Hoo Beverages, the Household Finance Corporation, Champion Spark Plug, Budweiser Beer, and by Rickles Home Improvement Center, Gulf Oil, and Colonial Provisions, makers of Yankee Franks. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Yankee Stadium in New York Yankee Baseball. I'm Bill White, along with Frank Messer, and we'll be joined a bit later by the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto. It's the Yankees and the Orioles, the final game of this 2-game set. Ron Guidry for the Yankees, and Denny Martinez for the Baltimore Orioles. And we'll be back with the starting lineup, and we'll have the lineups in a little while. But Denny Martinez against the Yankees was 1-1, or he's 1-1 so far this year, and Ron Guidry so far this year for the Yankees has won one, and he's lost none. Last year against Baltimore, Guidry had won one and lost none, and Martinez was 1-2 against the New York Yankees. That was last year. And we'll be back with the starting lineups and the start of this afternoon's action right after this.
I'm gonna send you and your bug transmission back to the country you came from. You're trying to destroy me.
Don't send your foreign car into exile. Come to AMCO Transmissions. We have a thorough understanding of foreign cars. In fact, AMCO expertise has reunited more owners with their foreign cars than any other transmission specialist. At AMCO, we'll put you and your car back together again.
Hey, now you're speaking my language.
People use our money to get the most out of life, like a trip too far away, something that you need today. Sure would like to help you make your dreams come true. Come on into HFC.
Well, last year after nine games, the Yankees had won 2 and lost 7. Well, this year a little bit different. They've won 4 and lost 5. Last year they were 4.5 games out of first. But right now, despite the fact they lost last night to the Baltimore Orioles 6-1, they are 3 games behind the first place Detroit Tigers. The young Tigers have won 7 and lost 2, followed by the Red Sox. Red Sox have won 6 of 9, and the Milwaukee Brewers, in a bit of a slump now, won 6 of 10 after going off 5-0. Yankees in 4th place with 4 wins and 5 losses, followed by the Cleveland Indians at 3-5, Baltimore 4-6, and the Toronto Blue Jays. Tomorrow's opponents of the Yankees, they're in last place. The American League East have won 2 and lost 7. Kansas City on top in the West. Royals have won 7 of 8 games played. They have a 1-game lead over Oakland and the California Angels. The White Sox 3.5 games out, followed by the Twins, Seattle, and in last place, a team many thought would win the American League West, the Texas Rangers. Well, we're waiting for the umpires to come out. Out in the bullpens, Ron Guidry, the Yankees' fine young left-hander getting loose, and Denny Martinez, the right-hander for the Baltimore Orioles. We'll give you the Baltimore lineup first. Al Bumbry will lead off, and he'll play center field. Batting second for the Orioles and playing shortstop, Mark Belanger. Gary Reineke will play left field, and he'll bat third. Playing first base and batting fourth for Baltimore, Eddie Murray. Lee May will be the designated hitter. He'll bat fifth, and he'll be followed by Doug DeCinces at third base. Batting seventh for the Baltimore Orioles, Carlos Lopez playing right field. Batting eighth, Rick Dempsey catching. And batting ninth, Rick Dower playing at second base, and on the mound, Denny Martinez. For the Yankees, Willie Randolph will lead off and play second base. Mickey Rivers will be in center field and bat second. Thurm Munson will catch and bat third. Reggie Jackson will play right field. He'll bat fourth. At first base, batting fifth for the Yankees, Chris Chambliss. Greg Nettles over at third will hit sixth. He'll be followed by the left fielder, Roy White. Jim Spencer will be the designated hitter. He'll bat seventh. Bucky Dent will play shortstop and bat... Let's see, Spencer will bat eighth. Bucky Dent will play shortstop and bat ninth. And on the mound, Ron Guidry. Billy Martin and Earl Weaver taking the lineups up. The umpires right now, there are 3 of them. Behind the plate will be Dale Ford. Ted Hendry is supposed to be at first base. I don't see him down there yet. But at second base will be Russ Getz. And umpiring at third base will be Joe Brinkman. Well, after the Yankees' 2-day trip to Toronto, the Yankees will be back here at Yankee Stadium this weekend to battle the Milwaukee Brewers Friday night at 8. Saturday and Sunday afternoons, those games will start at 2. Saturday is also Senior Citizens Day, when every fan 60 or over will be admitted to an outfield box seat for just 50 cents. So the Yankees will be back here Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon against the Milwaukee Brewers. Oh, Frank Messer, you've got your glasses on. Any unkind words being said at home plate?
No, not at all. Everybody's smiling except for Billy Martin. Billy looks a little dour. But the umpires are all smiling. Weaver has a smile on his face. A little byplay on the home plate action as the two managers came out. Reggie Jackson ran from the Yankee dugout out toward home plate with his arms spread as if to say, hey, I'm going to keep you guys apart. Incidentally, Weaver and Martin talked to each other before the ball game today. Weaver also talked to Yankee catcher Thurman Munson around the batting cage. So now Billy's smiling. So whatever's been said down there is all in good humor this afternoon. So far.
Until the first close play. No, getting back to that, some of the rules that are made warning people about throwing knockdowns. I don't know about that rule. What do you think about the rule?
Well, some people feel it is a little unfair to the team who is first knocked down because they don't have a chance to retaliate. Earl Weaver was asked about that before the ball game and asked if he thought the rule was unfair, and he said, I don't think anybody should be knocked down, period. And then he was asked, well, what about a brushback pitch? And he said, what is a brushback? So Earl is not commenting, in other words.
Well, Billy said he wouldn't know anyway because he never played in the big leagues.
That's right. Well, you get knocked down.
That was a little rip and Weaver, of course, by Martin. But both of them good managers, and I think most of it, Frank, as the Yankees take the field.
Well, Earl said one thing, Bill. He said that he and Billy would never smoke the peace pipe because they both want to win the American League pennant. And he said when a manager becomes so intense on winning the pennant, he doesn't necessarily have to be close friends with the other managers in the league. And he said for that reason, if no other, he and Billy would never sit down and smoke the peace pipe. Well, let's see. Last night it was the Boston Pops. Today it is the New York Philharmonic, conducted by Leonard Bernstein in our national anthem.
Back with the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles in just a moment.
Today I've got a lot to do. Gotta get kids to school. Gotta open up the shop. First I gotta make a stop. Gotta share a ride today, 'cause saving energy's the way. Gotta drop the shipment off. First I've gotta stop at golf. People, all kinds of people, more than a million a day, keep their lives moving on by making a stop along the way. At golf, the stop that keeps America going.
What brings over 1 million people a day to Gulf? Consistent, high-quality gasolines and motor oils, formulated by Gulf for top efficiency to help your engine last. Going somewhere? Remember, use your fuel wisely, and when it's time, stop at Gulf.
Golf, the stop that keeps America going.
Oh, I see the Boston Red Sox have sold Reggie Cleveland, that right-hander who's so tough on the Yankees, to the Texas Rangers for a substantial amount of money. And they have reactivated Louis Tiant. Well, the Red Sox, Frank Messer, must think more of Tiant than they do the youngster or the younger Reggie Cleveland.
Well, evidently they do, and, well, you can understand that. Tiant's done an outstanding job for them over the past 5 or 6 years. He unfortunately suffered an injured hand when hit by a line drive in an exhibition game. But if Tiant's back, he got to go. And I was a little bit surprised that they did get rid of Reggie Cleveland because, as you said, Bill, Reggie Cleveland handled the Yankees pretty well, and that's the team Boston has to beat.
That's right. Well, Ron Guidry's trying to handle the Baltimore Orioles here. And here to tell you about it, Frank Messer.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much. And Al Bunbury will lead things off, a left-hand hitter. He was the only Oriole in the lineup last night who did not have a base hit. He walked a couple of times. First pitch to him is up high, and this game is underway. Ball 1 to Bunbury. Bunbury is batting .225. 8 for 40. Make that 9 for 40. It's this one up the gap in left center field. That'll be in for a base hit. Cut off by Roy White on the second hop. He throws back in, and Bunbury is on with a leadoff single. Guidry in 16 innings this year. Prior to the ball game, it allowed 16 base hits, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he pitches to an earned run average of 1.69. Mark Belanger moved up to the number 2 spot in the batting order with the left-hander on the mound for the Yankees. Belanger was 1 for 4 last night. He's batting .200. Yankees shorten up in double play depth, and the pitch, a pitch out. Ball 1. Bunbury is always a threat to run.
The umpire alignment is 4 behind the plate. Russ gets it first. Joe Brinkman. Ted Henry is the missing umpire.
1-0 pitch. Popped up foul outside of first. Chambliss and Randolph give it a run. No chance. Reggie Jackson was coming in, too, from right field, but it's in the seats about 2 rows. As Bill White mentioned to you, we are 1 umpire short this afternoon. Ted Henry is not here. No reason given. So the umpiring alignment is Dale Ford at home plate. Russ gets at first base, and Joe Brinkman on the left side of the infield. 1 ball and 1 strike to Belanger. Gary Renicky is on deck. Nettles in on the grass at third base, still looking for a possible bunt. Belanger is a good bunter. The set, the pitch, he swings away, line drive, fair ball, base hit, down toward the left field corner. Caroms off the wall to Roy White. Bunbury on his way to third. White's throw is into Dent. Past Dent, captured by Nettles. It'll be a 2-base hit for Belanger, and the Orioles have runners at second and third. And now the left fielder, Gary Renicky. As the Orioles pose an early threat, Munson goes out to talk to Ron Guidry. We did not see Renicky in last night's ball game. He is a right-hand batter. Renicky this year has been up 13 times with 4 hits, all of them singles. He is batting .308 with 1 run batted in. Full wind-up by Guidry. The infield is back, and the pitch is on the inside corner, strike 1. This is Guidry's 3rd start this year. He's the first Yankee pitcher to have started 3 times. He rocks and offers. A breaking ball is lined to right field. Could get the run in. Reggie makes the catch. Here comes Bunbury. The throw will not be nearly in time. And also going to third after the catch is Belanger. The Orioles lead 1-0 on a sacrifice fly by Gary Renicky. The ball was not hit high in the air, but it was deep enough to get the speedy Bunbury in unmolested. And with a throw coming in toward home, Mark Belanger easily went to third. 1-0 Baltimore lead, 1 out. The Yankees bring the infield in with Eddie Murray at the plate. Murray, a switch hitter, will bat right. Murray was 2 for 4 last night. Continues his good hitting against Yankee pitching. He takes an off-speed pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. Eddie Murray, an outstanding fastball hitter, has a little trouble with the slower stuff and the breaking stuff. This kind of guy, Bill White, you get behind, you're in trouble, though.
Yes.
0-1 delivery. Way outside. 1-1.
Especially if you get behind and come in with the fastball. A lot of times with a guy like this, Frank, you can get behind him and then throw him the changeup or try to sink the fastball away from him because he really, if he knows he's going to get that fastball, he really jumps on it. But you can't groove it.
All right, the infield in close. Full windup. 1-1 pitch. There's the slow curve, and it's outside. 2 balls and a strike. Cal Ripken is the coach at third base for Baltimore. Jim Fry calls the turns at first. The Yankees spread the outfield for Murray. The infield, as we said, in close up the middle. 2-1 pitch. He fouls it back upstairs, and he reached out for an off-speed pitch high and a bit away from him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Lee May. Guidry takes the sign from Munson, and now Murray figures Guidry has taken too much time. He steps away. Back in the batter's box. Now the windup. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Struck him out swinging. Looked like a hard breaking pitch from Guidry that time, and Murray is retired 2 down.
Well, at times we've seen Murray, I don't think I've seen him, Frank Messer, hit a breaking ball fair. I don't think I've really seen him touch a good breaking ball, but he can jump on that fastball.
He can. Here is Lee May. He can jump on most anything when he's got the hot bat going. He had a hot bat. Went 1 for 4 last night, and he takes a strike knee high in the outside corner as Guidry comes back with some heat. May, I believe, had a 7-game hitting streak ended in the Orioles' second game Sunday. In the first game, he had a couple of home runs. He checks his swing and takes high. Lee May still has that nervous bat. He keeps wiggling the bat until the pitch is right up on the plate. Guidry winds and offers. Low. 2-1. What breeze there is this afternoon is blowing toward left field and could be strong enough to be a slight factor in the ball game. 2-1 delivery. Popped up in a shallow right. Reggie Jackson coming in under it and makes a one-hand catch to retire the side. The Orioles get 1 on 2 and leave a man. At the end of 1/2, it's Baltimore 1. The Yankees are coming to bat. Say, what's another name for action, Bill?
Oh, that's easy, Frank. Yoo-hoo.
Right. Yoo-hoo chocolate drink.
And Yoo-hoo keeps your action up.
And it's got a super chocolate taste. Rich, chocolatey chocolate.
Great frosty refreshment.
Best of all, Yoo-hoo's made with nourishing low-fat milk. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-hoo adds milk.
And that's what makes Yoo-hoo better.
Like Yogi says, if you like chocolate, you're going to love Yoo-hoo.
Try Yoo-hoo chocolate drink from Iroquois Brands.
Yoo-hoo, the action drink for action people.
Plymouth announces a breakthrough in American automobiles. New Plymouth Horizon, the car you can drive in comfort and confidence on any kind of road.
Relax, Horizon can handle it.
Horizon gives you superb traction and stability in rain, in wind, in snow, because it's the first American-made car of its size with front-wheel drive. Horizon is loaded with standard features like rack and pinion steering, front disc brakes, AM radio, white wall radial tires, and front bucket seats. And the EPA estimated a manual transmission Horizon at 38 miles per gallon highway 25 city. Your mileage may differ. And Horizon is base priced at just $37.06, excluding taxes and destination charges. No wonder Motor Trend magazine is named Plymouth Horizon the car of the year. Anytime you want to go anywhere in comfort and confidence, relax. Horizon can handle it.
Well, Martinez, Eddie Martinez today making his 3rd start of the year. Beat Milwaukee 6-5 in his last outing on Friday. It was the home opener for the Baltimore Orioles and their first win of the season. All 3 of Martinez's previous appearances, including one in relief, have been against the Milwaukee Brewers. Last year, he was 14-7 for the Orioles while working both as a starter and in relief. And he was 1 win, 2 losses against the Yankees, all in relief. So Denny Martinez, a right-hander, out loosening up, and he'll have to face Willie Randolph. Frank?
Okay, Bill, Willie Randolph is hitting .286 as he steps in. He was held hitless last night by left-hander Mike Flanagan. Randolph went 0 for 4 in the ball game. Only 2 Yankees are in double figures in base hits. Randolph and Rivers each have 10, and they bat 1-2 in the batting order. Randolph has scored 5 runs, and Rivers has scored 4. Billy Martin likes Willie Randolph as his leadoff hitter over Rivers because he said Randolph will get on base more because of his ability to take the walk. And when he's on, he figures the first baseman will hold him on and open up the right side a little bit more for the left-hand hitting Mickey Rivers. Those are among the reasons that Billy gives for batting Randolph ahead of Rivers in the leadoff spot. Dennis Martinez into the wind, and the first pitch. High and tight, ball 1. Dick Hauser coaches at third for the Yankees. Gene Michael at first. The Oriole third baseman Doug DeCinces is in about a step in front of the bag at the cutout portion of the infield grass. Pitch gets the outside corner. The count evens 1-1. Gary Renicky is in left field. Al Bumbry in center. Carlos Lopez in right field. They're spread out for Randolph. Pitch, breaking ball, knee high for a strike right across the plate. 1-2. Have occasion in the ball game to need a throw from right field. Carlos Lopez last year showed us some of the best arm we saw all season playing for the Seattle Mariners. 1-2 pitch is in tight. Randolph takes it for a count of 2-2. On the infield with DeCinces at third, Belanger's at short, Dower at second, and Eddie Murray at first. Rick Dempsey catches. Dennis Martinez ready to work the 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to right center field. Bumbry is after it, so is the right fielder, and it's going to drop between them. Alphonse Gaston. Randolph is on his way to third, and he'll make it, standing up at third base. Bumbry and Lopez got crossed up in right center field and let the ball fall in. Either one could have caught it.
And that's why, Frank, normally the center fielder takes over. That would not happen if you have a very aggressive center fielder out there, because he would take everything. Bumbry moving into right center, looked at Lopez. Lopez looked at Bumbry. Then Al Bumbry, who should have taken charge in the first place, finally tried to take charge. The ball fell for triple.
That brings up Mickey Rivers. It is the first triple this year for Willie Randolph, and only the second on the Yankee club. Lou Piniella has the other one. Mickey Rivers last night was 1 for 4, batting .323, and he squared a zip to bunt and took a pitch down at the knees, strike 1 called. Dennis Martinez started him off with a fastball as third baseman Doug DeCinces came charging in. There was no suicide squeeze, obviously. Randolph leads away. The pitch to Mickey. Swing and a foul tip in the mitt. Strike 2.
Got rain throughout the Midwest, Frank. The Texas game in Cleveland has been postponed because of rain. Oakland, Minnesota postponed because of rain. And Chicago, Detroit delayed after 2 because of rain. No score there after 2. Game delayed.
All right, Bill, the 0-2 pitch to Mickey just outside, a bit low, 1-2. That rain's probably headed this way. We're going north, though. Following the ball game, we'll all be going up to Toronto for a couple of days.
Not too far from Detroit, though.
Well, that's true. Ball and 2 strikes to Rivers. And he takes low again, 2-2. Randolph at third, nobody out. The Orioles are leading 1-0 here in the first inning. Yankees play the Blue Jays tomorrow and Thursday afternoons, 4 o'clock New York time. Then they're back here Friday night against Milwaukee. 2-2 to Mickey. Fouled at the plate. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thurman Munson is waiting on deck. Dennis Martinez looks into Dempsey, has the sign. Now starts a full windup. The 2-2 pitch to Mickey. Hit on the ground, foul at third base. Backhanded by DeCinces, but a foul ball. Bill White told you in his opening remarks that the Yankees have won 4 and lost 5. They need a win to split the series with Baltimore and to reach the 500 mark. 2-2 delivery to Mick. Hit on the ground, right back to the pitcher. That'll hold Randolph at third. The throw to first is in plenty of time to get Rivers 1 out. So it's up to Munson to tie the ball game. Thurman Munson was 1 for 3 in last night's ball game. He's hitting .281 for the year. Munson has 9 hits. 2 of them doubles. He has 2 runs batted in. Martinez takes his time, now winds and delivers, and Munson pops one up behind first. That's going to drop in for the base hit. Here comes Randolph in to score, and Munson with a handle hit over the head of the first baseman, Lee May. Little humpback line drive. Drives in the tying run. Earl Weaver said before the ball game he thought Munson could hurt the opposition more, hitting the outside pitch to right field. That one looked to me like it was right in on the bat handle, and he still hit it to right field.
Well, he wanted to go there, Frank. The ball's in a little bit too much for him, but he still had enough wood and got it on the ball to get it out over Murray's head into right field.
So the game is tied, and Reggie up. Jackson takes high and tight, ball 1. Jackson was 1 for 4 last night. He's batting .222. That was Thurman Munson's 10th hit of the year and his 3rd run batted in. He leads away at first with Murray holding. Jackson takes high and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Jackson has had 8 hits on the year, 3 doubles, 1 home run, and 4 runs batted in. Jackson, Randolph, and Rivers have all knocked in 4 runs for the Yankees to share the team lead. 2-0 pitch. A strike over the outside corner. Chris Chambliss is waiting on deck. The Orioles shade Jackson to the right side, more so in the outfield than the infield. The shortstop Belanger and the second baseman Dower at double play depth. Pitch to Reggie is down low. 3-1. Jackson has grounded into 1 double play this year. He grounded into only 2 all of last year to tie a Yankee team record. He shares that record with Mickey Rivers and Mickey Mantle. The 3-1 pitch to him. Low, it's ball 4. He walks. That'll bring Earl Weaver out of the Oriole dugout to the mound. Looked like Dennis Martinez was pitching very, very carefully to Reggie Jackson, and as a result walked him on 5 pitches. The Yankees have runners at first and second. The score is tied at 1. Right now there's a break in the action with a score. New York 1 and Baltimore 1.
This is Mel Allen. You know, they say nobody can carry Willie Randolph's glove. Well, Emery's flight pack can probably carry his glove and Nettles' glove and Paul Blair's, too. And that's because, unlike a lot of other small package services, the Emery flight pack takes up to 5 pounds. Emery, the Air Force and Air Freight.
Chris Chambliss is the batter. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Chambliss was 0 for 3 last night. He is batting .250. Dennis Martinez sets. The right-hander's pitch is foul back. He got Chambliss in on the hands. You see more and more pitchers try to jam Chambliss with a pitch. They play Chambliss about the same as they did Reggie. Shaded around to the right side. The 0-1 delivery to him. Just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Greg Nettles is on deck. Reggie Jackson turns around, talks to Gene Michael, the coach at first base, about something or other. Still pointing out toward, either the shortstop or the left fielder. Big gap in left center field for Chris. Chambliss takes ball just a bit outside, a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. Martinez working very deliberately. Now drops the hands, kicks and offers. Chambliss takes ball 3 high. Tim Stoddard, big right-hander, 6'7", 250 pounds, has started throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. Three and one on Chambliss, 1 out, 2 on. Munson at second, Jackson at first. Dennis Martinez looks back for Munson. 3-1 pitch to Chris. Fouled back and out of play.
In Boston, Frank, Larry Heisel hit his 5th home run of the year with 1 on in the first inning. And the Milwaukee Brewers lead the Boston Red Sox 2-0.
I see Larry Heisel is living up to his own quotes. After he became a free agent, signed with Milwaukee, he said, "I'll be the hardest working guy on the ball club. I don't care what kind of money they're paying me." And he said, "I'll never cheat the fans." 5 home runs already, huh? Season less than what? Less than 2 weeks old? Just 2 weeks old. Tough man. Payoff pitch. The runners go. Chambliss fouls it back.
Hey, the Brewers playing their 11th game today. Frankie has 5 home runs. And the Brewers will be in here this weekend. Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. A chance to see the richer Larry Heisel.
Yeah. Aren't they? They got some power on that ball club. Heisel, Cooper can hit the ball out. Lescano on occasion will.
Gorman Thomas.
Yeah.
Sal Bando.
Right. 3-2 again to Chambliss. The runners go. He takes ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Munson goes to third. Jackson to second. Chambliss down to first base. Right now, 5 seconds for station identification.
62 degrees and sunny at 228 WINS 1010 New York.
Greg Nuttall steps in with the bases loaded and 1 out. The score is tied 1-1. Nuttall took the collar in 3 trips last night. He is batting .207. Greg has 1 home run on the year. He also has 1 double and 4 singles, 2 runs batted in. Full windup, the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Jose Dennis Martinez. Ready to work again and does. Low, it's ball 2. Martinez, in his first 3 appearances, 2 starts and a relief job, had pitched 12 innings, had walked 6 and struck out 8. He has walked 2 here in the first inning. The Yankees have the bases loaded with 1 run in. 2-0 pitch. Nuttles checks his swing and takes ball 3. Greg took the stride but did not swing the bat, and the count is 3-0. Now what are you going to do if you're a manager? One of the decisions that has to be made. You let your big man with a bat, your home run hitter, take a 3-0 pitch from a right-hander who has been a little bit wild, or do you turn him loose figuring that Martinez will come in with a good pitch and not walk the run in? We shall see.
I think you let him go, Frank. It's early in a ball game, and he wants as many runs as he can get. I think Martin will let Nettle swing at this pitch if it's in there.
All right. He takes it for a strike.
Of course, it had to be his pitch. Didn't like it.
Right. When we say that, when the count is 3-0, and you say the batter's got the green light, it doesn't mean he has to swing. It means he is on his own. He can swing if he wants to. So now 3-1 to Greg. Here it comes. Hits it on the ground, right side. Could be 2. They get the out at second, back to first. It's a 4-6-3.
They called him out at first base anyway because now once again they claim that Chambliss went out of the baseline. It's a double play.
I think they had him at first base anyway, but the side is retired. The Yankees tie it at the end of 1. It's the Yankees 1 and the Orioles 1.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. So just say, Bud. And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of Bud is like an easy chair. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Hey, Frank, take over the game, will you? I gotta go someplace.
You mean you can't wait?
Oh, no, I just gotta have a Baby Ruth bar. And when you gotta have one, you gotta have one.
Yeah, Phil, but the game, it's so good.
Well, so's a Baby Ruth bar. A sweet chocolatey coating over chewy caramel, fudge, and peanut. Just terrific.
I know. But can't you wait till after the game?
Nope.
Well, okay. Hey, Phil, get me one, too. Baby Ruth. When you gotta have one, you gotta have one.
Doug DeCinces will lead off the second inning. Chris Chambliss is still discussing the last play with first base umpire Russ Getz. So that's the second time we've seen it called this year, Bill, and Chris was the man going into second base both times.
And he was a lot closer to second base that time than down in Texas, Frank. That was a questionable call, although they had the man at first base anyway. It would have been a double play, but you hate to take the aggressiveness away from Chambliss.
Doug DeCinces takes a pitch inside from Guidry, ball one.
In fact, you hate to take the aggressive tendencies away from any athlete. That's the nature of the game, isn't it?
I would think so. 1-0 pitch. Fastball low and in. Almost hit him in the right knee. 2 balls and no strikes. The wind, the 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike on the right-hand hitting DeCinces. DeCinces had 2 hits last night, including a 2-run homer. It was his first home run of the year, and he pops this one up. Foul outside of third. Nettles and Munson both calling. Look out, who's it going to be? Nettles makes a basket catch. Both of them were looking up, but Munson heard Nettles coming, and at the last second got out of his way. And now Carlos Lopez. Lopez, a right-hand hitter. He's got a shin guard over the left shin, the lower part of the leg. Evidently, he had a Bucky Dent problem, fouling a ball off his leg. At any rate, he's got the shin guard on. He's a .273 hitter. He did not play in last night's game. He did not bat in last night's game. He did play. He takes a strike over the outside corner. He was utilized as a pinch runner in the ball game, and after he ran for Kenny Singleton, he stayed in the ball game to play right field. But he did not come to bat. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 on the inside corner. I'll say again, I was surprised to see the Seattle Mariners get rid of this young man. He was the top hitter they had last year, one of the top hitters, good outfield throwing arm. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. Swing and a miss. Here's Rick Dempsey. Rick was 1 for 5 last night. He takes high, ball 1. Dempsey is batting .267. Just for the record, Carlos Lopez did lead the Seattle Mariners regulars in hitting last year, batting .283. There's a strike, 1-1.
Had one of the better arms from right field. The guy who hit more home runs than anybody.
Oh, Roger
or
Maris.
Anybody else. No.
Oh, Babe Ruth.
Hank Aaron.
Oh, Hank Aaron.
All 3 of them threw well. Maris was pretty good.
1-1 pitch is foul back. I don't know. I've had Maris on my mind ever since he and Mantle were here for opening day. But you're right. Henry Aaron did have a good arm. I never saw Ruth play. They tell me he had a good arm from right field. Maris had a good arm. Roberto Clemente had one of the best. Al Kaline had a good arm. 1-2 pitch. Up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Usually your right fielder has the best arm because he's got to get that guy going from first to third on a single. He's got the longer throw to make of the 3 outfielders.
2-2 delivery. Pop foul. That'll be back out of play. Munson gives it a look, but no chance. Rocky Colavito had great throwing arm. You know, it's a pleasure for a lot of fans who come out the ballpark early to watch the outfielders make those throws in warm-up. Those with the good arms like to show them off. There's strike 3 called, and Dempsey is very upset with the plate umpire, Dale Ford. He took a pitch on the outside corner, and that retires the side in order at the end of 1 1/2. It's the Yankees 1 and Baltimore 1.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
Helping people get the most out of life. What's it all about? Well, this year at Household Finance, we're celebrating our 100th anniversary. And in our 100 years, we've learned that different people get the most out of life in many different ways. For some, it's a college education for their children. For others, it could be home improvements, new furniture, or a vacation. In our 100 years, HFC has helped people get the most out of life in many different ways. We'd like to help you, too. Household Finance, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC.
There's an HFC office near you where you'll find people ready to help you get the most out of life. That's what HFC's been doing since 1878.
Well, you've got that feeling again. The feeling that this could be the year. That Yankee Stadium could be the place. That this Yankee team could be the team. When you've got a feeling like that, enjoy it with a Yankees Frank. Because Yankees Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game even when you're listening at home. Go ahead, bite into one. You can almost taste the pennant. Yankees Franks. Colonial makes them.
Roy White leads off the Yankees second. He'll be followed by Jim Spencer and Bucky Dent. Roy did not play in last night's game. He steps in batting 143. Switch hitter, he'll bat left against the right-hander Denny Martinez. And the first pitch. High, ball 1. Roy has 2 hits on the year. They both have come as a right-hand batter. He is hitless left-handed in 9 trips. Ball 2, a bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. Martinez appears to be upset on the last call. He walks around the mound. Now toes the slab and looks into his catcher, Dempsey. Here's the pitch. Strike over the outside corner. 2-1. The score is tied at 1. Each team has 2 hits. There have been no errors yet. Roy, it's a ground ball to first base. Eddie Murray digs it up and makes the play unassisted. Martinez had Roy White in on the hands that time. So there's 1 down. The batter will be first baseman Jim Spencer. Spencer has had 2 hits as a Yankee. Both have been home runs. Strong left-hand hitter, strict pull hitter, and so played with the center fielder Al Bumbry well over toward right. The infield around to the first base side, and a gap down the left field line. The first pitch to Spencer had the plate but low. Looks like Rick Dempsey is still a little bit upset with plate umpire Dale Ford. Got upset first of all because he did call a strike. Now he's upset because he doesn't. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Spencer. Dennis Martinez last year won 14 games for the Orioles while losing 7. He pitched to a rather high earned run average, 4.10. One delivery. Spencer, it's a line drive caught by Eddie Murray at first base. He made a palms-up catch right off his shoe tops near the foul line. 2 away. The batter is Bucky Dent. Right-hand hitter went 0 for 3 in last night's game. Bucky is batting an even .250 for the year. His 7 hits include 2 doubles. He has 2 runs batted in. Dennis Martinez, a native of Nicaragua. He deals a strike. Dennis Martinez was never drafted. He was signed as an undrafted free agent to a Bluefield minor league contract by the Orioles in 1973. His 0-1 pitch. Dent fouls it back on a half swing.
I don't think they have a draft for the Spanish kids, Frank. The foreign countries are just brought in. Most of the American kids, in fact, all the American kids have to go through the draft.
They picked up a pretty good one, I'd have to say, with 14-7 last year. There's a strike 3 call. Looked like a slider. And Bucky Dent is called out, standing at home plate. The side is down 1-2-3, and at the end of 2, it's still the Yankees 1 and Baltimore 1.
If you drive along the highway or make tracks across the snow, even biking across the country, Champion is the way to go. If you soar across the skyway or go cruising out to sea, if you're into racing go-karts, Champion is the plug you need. You can't buy a better plug, can't rely on a better plug. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
Champion sparks the winners, too. When your motorcycle needs new spark plugs, choose Champion plugs. Last year, bikes equipped with Champion spark plugs won 14 of the 16 U.S. and World Motorcycle Racing Championships. That's why racers around the world rely on Champions. You know.
Can't buy a better plug, can't rely on a better plug. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all. For any engine, big or small, Champion sparks them all.
In Boston, the Milwaukee Brewers 2. The Boston Red Sox nothing after 2.5 innings of play. Milwaukee picked up their 2 runs in the first inning on Larry Heisel's 5th home run of the year with a man on base. Chicago playing in Detroit. That ball game delayed because of rain. It's 0-0 after 2. Texas at Cleveland rained out. Oakland at Minnesota postponed because of rain. Kansas City at Toronto later on. And California playing at Seattle tonight. Frank?
Okay, Bill White. Rich Dower will lead off the 3rd inning for Baltimore, and he fouls the first one back off Munson's head. And him ran the top of the mask. Thurman takes the mask off, rubs the upper part of the forehead. He's all right. Dower, right-hand batter. Next pitch. Lined out toward right field. Reggie's after it and makes the catch on the run. Good play by Reggie Jackson. That was a tough play to make. He was coming toward the foul line and coming in. That ball was not hit that high in the air. He got an excellent break on it.
Reggie's been working hard on his defense. Now 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
62 degrees and sunny at 246 WINS 1010 New York. The top story right now, municipal union leaders talk tough to the city after a contract session is unexpectedly canceled. Red Brigade terrorists claim they've kidnapped former Italian Premier Aldo Moro, and the city council today takes up the issue of gay rights.
Al Bumbry steps in and takes a slider for a strike. Bumbry singled to left center field in the first inning. Went to third base on Mark Belanger's double and scored the Oriole run on a sacrifice fly. He taps one out toward the mound. Picked up barehanded by Guidry, and he throws him out. Guidry came off the mound like a cat. That ball was just topped and rolled about halfway between home plate and the mound. Guidry made a bare hand pickup, and got his man. 2 down, and here's Mark Belanger. Belanger doubled in the first inning. He looks at a strike. The score is tied at 1. Down at third base, Greg Nettles plays in on Belanger, almost at the edge of the grass. On the outside corner, strike 2. Belanger turns around from the plate for a moment. The outfield is spread out. Reggie Jackson guarding toward the foul line in right field and not too deep. The wind by Guidry, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 3. 3 up, 3 down at the end of 2.5. It's the Yankees 1 and Baltimore 1.
It's not one thing, it's another. Now it's a transmission. I hate you. Hate. Deep hatred.
Before you completely give up on your car, come to AMCO Transmissions. Last year, we reunited more owners with their cars than any other transmission specialist. And we got 1 out of 3 of them going again with only minor repairs. At AMCO, we'll put you and your car back together again.
I take back everything I said about you.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Welcome home.
So just say bud.
Say bud.
And pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of bud is like an easy chair when you say Budweiser.
Yeah, Budweiser. Absolutely the best way to call it a day. Any day. You know what I mean.
When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Willie Randolph leads off the Yankee third. Martinez first pitch, low, ball 1. Randolph tripled on a fly ball that dropped between right fielder Lopez and center fielder Bumbry in an Alphonse Gaston act and came in to score on a base hit by Munson. This is a fly ball, straightaway right field. Lopez should have no trouble with this one, and he makes the catch. 1 out, and Mickey Rivers will be the batter. With Randolph at third in the first inning, Rivers tapped back to the mound. Martinez fielded the ball and held Randolph at third while throwing Rivers out. Foul slapped toward the upper deck on the third base side. Strike 1. Dennis Martinez has allowed the Yankees 2 hits. He has walked 2 and he has struck out 1 man. Rivers takes inside. When Dennis Martinez first appeared in a Major League ball game for the Orioles in 1976, it was on September 14th, he set a milestone. Ground ball is hit to first. Dug up by Eddie Murray, goes to the bag ahead of Rivers, 2 down. On that day, Dennis Martinez became the first native-born Nicaraguan ever to appear in a Major League ball game. Two down, and Munson the batter. He has driven in the Yankee run with a single. Little looping humpback liner just over the head of first baseman Eddie Murray in the first inning. Martinez pitched to Munson, up high, ball 1. Following the game, the Yankees will fly to Toronto for 2 games, tomorrow afternoon and Thursday afternoon, 4 o'clock starts New York time. Then back home, as Bill told you earlier, against Milwaukee Friday night. 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air to right field. Carlos Lopez waiting for it, and he makes the catch. The Yankees are retired in order. And at the end of 3 innings, the score is New York 1 and Baltimore 1.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust the Delco. Hey, Delco. Delco Freedom
The Delco Freedom battery is truly maintenance-free. It never needs water, so the power is sealed in. Get freedom. You'll say, thanks, Delco.
You're welcome.
They've got the stuff when the starting's tough. You can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. Delco, thanks, Delco. Delco.
Firestone Superstone Sweepstakes.
Last night when I was making the scene, reading my favorite hot rod magazine, how Firestone was giving away free Fords that are something to see. And the #1 fan machine.
Oh, supreme!
A 4x4 that's really more. A mini pickup.
It makes my heart go giddy up.
30 little machines. Hey, what a scene.
Hey, can you believe it? 3 ultimate customized machines. A van, mini courier, and 4x4 pickup. All done up by Hot Rod Magazine. And Firestone's giving them away free, along with 30 super minivans. Nothing to buy. Just be sure you're a licensed driver and enter by May 31st. Void where prohibited. It's super. Believe it. The Firestone Superstone Sweepstakes.
All you gotta do to enter is run to Firestone's Tire Centers.
Firestone Superstone Sweepstakes.
We go to the 4th inning here at Yankee Stadium, and in with the play-by-play, ladies and gentlemen, here is Bill White.
All right, Frank Messer and Gary Reineke leads off against Ron Guidry and swings on the first pitch. Hits it up in the air to left field. Roy White with the glasses down, coming on. Waiting, makes a catch, and there's one away. Some of the guests on the Yankee broadcast received the Gillette Pro Max Compact 1200, the small, lightweight, but mighty powerful 1200-watt hair dryer. Others received the Home Sentry smoke alarm from General Electric. Battery operated, so it functions even in a power failure. It could help save your family's lives. So with 1 out, nobody on here in the 4th inning, the batter is Eddie Murray, the first baseman. Murray's been up once and struck out. Guidry so far has struck out 4, and he hasn't walked anybody. Breaking ball is fouled back to the screen. No balls and a strike. On deck is Lee May, the designated hitter. Time is called as Guidry ties a shoelace. Struck Murray out on a curveball in the first inning. Now Guidry's ready. Looks in at Munson. The no ball, 1 strike pitch. Changeup is high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eddie Murray really jumps at that changeup, Phil.
Yes, he does. He's got the stroke for that fastball, though. Not many hit the fastball better than he.
Ball to strike on Eddie Murray, and the 1-1 delivery. Changeup is outside, 2 balls and a strike. The Yankees won, Baltimore won. Top of the 4th, 2-1 pitch, fouled straight back to the screen. 2-2. Yankees have 1 run on 2 base hits, the RBI by Thurman Munson. The Orioles, 1 run on 2 base hits. The RBI by Gary Reineke. 2-2 pitch to Murray. Fastball drilled to center field. Right there, though, Mickey Rivers to his left makes a catch, and there are 2 outs. Oh, with 2 outs, nobody on. Here in the 4th inning, the batter will be Lee May, the designated hitter. They call him the Big Bopper in Baltimore. Baltimore's Big Bopper. A right-handed batter with a lot of power. Guidry with the first pitch. Fastball, 1 hopper to Randolph. Knocks it down, picks it up, throws to first base, and plenty of time, and the side is retired. 3 up and 3 down. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, the score is tied. The Yankees won, the Baltimore Orioles won.
People use our money to get the most out of life. Like a trip too far away, or something that you need today. Sure would like to help you make your dreams come true. Come on into HFC.
Rico Home Center presents another episode of
under one roof.
Fred, what are you going to do about cleaning up the yard?
Nothing. It's too big to fit in the shower.
Let's cut the comedy, huh? And while you're at it, you can cut the lawn.
That's what I bought Elmo for.
That sheep, all he does is eat my flowers.
But he saves on fertilizer and gas. You can't say he doesn't save on gas.
I'll give you gas, Fred. This time you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. You're going to Rickle Home Center.
You're invited to the Rickle Great American House Party, so stop in today and pick up your circular. You'll save $5 on a UL-listed 1/2 horsepower spin trim deluxe nylon trimmer. Regularly $44.99. The 2-grip spin trim nylon trimmer with cord storage on its handle is now just $39.99 during the Rickle Great American House Party.
The Lawn Ranger? Hi-ho, Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle. Rickle helps you do it.
Enter the Great American House Party's big contest. You may be the winner of a 1978 Buick Century Custom Coupe.
All right, William. First pitch of Reggie Jackson's outside, ball 1. The next one is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Reggie leading off with the Yankees in the bottom of the 4th in a tie ball game. The Yankees won, the Baltimore Orioles won. The Yankees trying to split this brief 2-game set with the Orioles. The Orioles won last night 6-1. 2-0 pitch is too high, ball 3 on Reggie Jackson, 3-0. It'll be Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles, all left-handed batters against a right-handed throwing Denny Martinez. Here's a 3-0 pitch to Jackson. Taken, ball 4, and Jackson walks on 4 pitches.
Right now, 5 seconds for station identification.
62 degrees and sunny at 2:58 WINS 1010 New York.
A third walk given up by Martinez, and that'll bring on Chris Chambliss, who walked in the first inning. Martinez got in a bit of trouble in that first inning. He walked Jackson and Chambliss, but then he got Nettles hit into a double play to end the inning. Throw the first base, and Jackson's back. Those walks loaded the bases up for Nettles. And the second baseman, Rich Dower, started a double play. Now Martinez sets. Checks Jackson at first base. Pitch to Chambliss. Just missed outside, ball 1. Doug DeCinces, even with the bag at third, just a bit wide of the bag. The shortstop, Mark Belanger, cheating towards second. Second baseman, Rich Dower, playing straight away, and Murray holding Jackson at first. The 1-0 pitch, Jackson going, ball outside, throw down to second is high, and Jackson saved. Reggie Jackson got an excellent jump.
Boy, I'd say he's uncanny, Bill. He doesn't steal like, say, Mickey Rivers, but when he picks his spot, 99 times out of 100, he makes it.
Well, he cheats a little bit, you know. He watches that pitcher, and that's why he gets picked off quite a bit, because he'll cheat a bit going down there. He'll anticipate. But Rat Jackson now down at second base in scoring position with no outs. To count 2 balls and no strikes on Chris Chambliss. Martinez now taking a long look for sign. Sees one that he likes. Sets. Here's a 2-0 to Chambliss. Curveball gets the outside corner, 2-1. Dick Hauser coaching third for the Yankees. The stick, Gene Michael, coaching at first base. So far, the Yankees have left, let's see, 2 men on base. The Orioles 1. 2-1 pitch to Chambliss. On the outside corner, it's 2-2. Now Chambliss backs out. He doesn't like the call. Working with 3 umpires this afternoon. Dale Ford is behind the plate. Russ Getz is taking care of first and second now, and umpiring at third base, Joe Brinkman. Here's a set. 2-2 pitch to Chambliss. Looped in the center field. That's going to fall. A base hit. Jackson around third base. He's going to try to score. Throw there will be off center, and a run will score. And it gets past Dempsey and comes back to the screen. Chambliss goes to second, but he has to hold there. Martinez, the pitcher, backing up, holds Chambliss down to second base, but the Yankees now lead 2-1.
No error on the play. I tell you, the Yankees are not mashing that ball. Munson's base hit just barely got over Eddie Murray's head, and Chambliss hit off the end of the bat, just dunked in the shallow left.
Now, Ray Miller, the pitching coach for the Baltimore Orioles, out talking to Denny Martinez. He also calls out Rick Dempsey, the catcher. Well, had not Chambliss slid into second base, he might have been able to go on to third because a throw from the left fielder, Reineke, got away from Dempsey up toward the first base foul line and got past him, went all the way back to the screen, and Denny Martinez, the pitcher, backed up, but Chambliss had already slid into second base, so he couldn't get up and go. So Miller leaves with Chambliss down at second base. Nobody out. The bottom of the fourth, the Yankees now lead 2-1. And we've got some action in the Baltimore Oriole bullpen. Looks like Scotty McGregor might be throwing out there. I'll put the glasses on and let you know in a minute.
Now that's Tippy Martinez, Bill.
Is that Tippy? As Nettles fouls one off. That is Tippy Martinez. Tippy Martinez throwing in the Oriole bullpen. Count, 1 strike on Nettles. Gregg has been up once and grounded into a double play, so he's 0 for 1. Yankees now have 2 runs on 3 base hits against Martinez. The Orioles 1 run on 2 base hits against Ron Guidry. The 1-strike pitch to Gregg Nettles. Swung on, looped into center field. Right there, though, is Al Bumbry coming on. He's there, makes a catch. Chambliss playing it halfway, goes back to second. 1 away. Batter now is Roy White, the left fielder. Roy grounded to the first baseman, Eddie Murray, unassisted in the second inning. Roy, a switch hitter, in left-handed against Denny Martinez. Chokes up on the bat as Martinez sets. Checks Chambliss at second base. Pitch to White. 2 low, ball 1. On deck is Jim Spencer. Martinez taking a lot of time. Likes the sign from Dempsey. He's ready again. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, hit foul, left side, not a play. It's a ball and a strike. Martinez with a new baseball, rubs it up, gets back up on top of the rubber. Doesn't like a couple of signs from Dempsey. Now he nods his head. Martinez hit the belt. The 1-1 pitch to White. Swung on, hit foul, left side, upper deck, and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind blowing toward left here at the stadium. Final game of this brief 2-game set with the Baltimore Orioles. The Yankees will be in Toronto tomorrow afternoon and also Thursday afternoon. They'll be back here Friday night to play the Milwaukee Brewers, led by Larry Heisel, Sal Bando, Cecil Cooper, Sixto Lezcano, Gorman Thomas, youngster Paul Molitor, rookie shortstop, doing well for the Brewers. 1-2 pitch to White. Changeup is too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don't forget Saturday is Senior Citizens Day here at the stadium. And the final game with the Brewers on Sunday. Is set. The 2-2 pitch to White. Curveball, loop to right field, base hit. Chambliss will try to score. Throw home. It's going to be close, but Chambliss is safe. And the Yankees now lead it 3-1. Roy White coming through with a single to right field, scoring Chambliss from second, giving the Yankees a 2-run bulge and bringing on Jim Spencer, the designated hitter. Let's see, for White, that's RBI number 2 on the year. And for Chambliss, that's his 3rd run score. Jackson leads the team in runs scored. He has 6. Randolph has 5. Spencer steps in. He's been up once, lined to the first baseman, Eddie Murray. Martinez is at the belt. Pitch to Spencer. Fastball is a called strike. Outfield swung way around toward right field for Jim Spencer, the left fielder. Gary Reineke giving him a lot of the line. Reineke way over in left center field. Bumbry in right center. Lopez more or less straight away in right. As Martinez sets. Throws to first base, and White gets back easily. White's stolen a base so far this year. He's also been caught once. Yankees have 4 stolen bases. They've been caught 4 times. As Martinez goes to first base again, and White gets back. Yankees ahead 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Yankees picking up 2 runs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. On a single by Chambliss and a single by White. After Jackson had walked and stolen second base. Set and the pitch. There goes White. Ball high. Throw down a second. They're going to have him. The shortstop, Mark Belanger, slapping the tag on White. Perfect throw, Rick Dempsey to Belanger, and they're 2 outs. The count now on Spencer, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Martinez working from the windup. The 1-1 delivery. Fastball is low, 2 balls and a strike. Martinez, a very slow, deliberate worker. Here's a 2-1 to Spencer. Curveball drilled to right field, but right there as Lopez almost falls down, but he makes the catch for out number 3. Yankees score twice on 2 base hits. They leave nobody on base. Through 4, the Yankees lead Baltimore 3-1.
Phil, you had a Baby Ruth bar right before the game started. And now you're eating a Butterfinger.
Well, I thought I'd do some bar hopping.
But you know you can't just eat a Butterfinger. You've got to earn it. Crispy layers of peanut butter, crunchy candy, a chocolatey covering.
I've earned it. I was the most valuable player.
So were a lot of valuable players.
In 1951, I earned the top World Series Player Award.
Hey, we're talking about earning Butterfingers.
Hey, I gave you a ride to work today.
Okay, so eat your Butterfinger. So good, you've got to earn it.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
We'll go home.
So just say, bud.
Say, bud.
When you've been moving fast all day, you know there's nothing like slowing down the pace and relaxing with a Budweiser. 'Cause when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
On the scoreboard at the end of 3, Milwaukee 2 and the Red Sox 2. Sorensen against Eckersley. Larry Heisel, let's see, got his 5th in the first with 1 on. Chicago, Detroit, Texas at Cleveland, postponed rain. Oakland at Minnesota, postponed rains. Having a lot of rain in the Midwest. And in the National League,
be a tough flight.
Uh-oh. Montreal 1, the Cubs nothing, Endo 1. That's right, too. We're kind of going Midwest and North.
That's right, too. Here's Doug DeCinces leading off against Ron Guidry in the 5th inning. He fakes a bunt and takes inside, ball 1. DeCinces has been up once, fouled out to third baseman Greg Nettles. Yankees ahead 3-1, top half the 5th inning. They have 3 runs on, 4 base hits. 1-0 pitch to DeCinces. Too low, 2 balls, no strikes. It'll be DeCinces, Carlos Lopez, the right fielder, and then Rick Dempsey, the catcher, against Guidry in the 5th inning. 2-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. So far, Guidry has chalked up 4 strikeouts, and he hasn't walked anybody. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit to short to his left dent, digs it out, throws off balance, and Chambliss has it. Chris Chambliss, 1 hop in the ball for the putout, and there's 1 away.
Looks like Bucky might still be having little problems with that left leg. It's tough for him to set himself. He threw that way off balance. Chambliss getting better and better with those short hops and scoops.
I was talking to Frank about that the other day. He's getting soft hands as he gets older. Carlos Lopez, a right fielder. Guidry struck him out in the second inning. Lopez, a right-handed batter. Change up is outside, ball one. The Orioles have just one left-handed batter in their lineup. That's Al Bumbry, the leadoff hitter, and he has one of 2 base hits against Guidry. Bumbry singled and Belanger doubled in the first inning. Too low. 2 balls, no strikes on Lopez. Since then, Guidry's given up no base hits. Here's a 2-0. Fastball into center field. Rivers going back, still going. He's there now, makes the catch for out number 2. In fact, Guidry has retired 14 in a row since that double by Mark Belanger in the first inning. Oh, with 2 outs, nobody on here in the 5th inning. The batter will be Rick Dempsey, who struck out in the second. And Guidry's still not at full strength. Might take another week or 2. Dempsey takes a curveball for a strike. Guidry rocks, and the 1-strike pitch. Fastball is high. It's a ball and a strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Pop foul out of play right side. That'll make the upper deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rick Dempsey. Guidry now gets new ball. And the 1-2 pitch. Too high. A fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, back up the middle, through, base hit. Just over the glove of Ron Guidry. And Dempsey will hold at first base with the Orioles' 3rd base hit of the ball game. Breaking Guidry's string of 14 in a row and bringing on Rich Dower. Dower's a right-handed batter. He lined to Jackson right field. Leading off the 3rd inning, a fine running catch by Jackson. Pitch to Dower. The curveball hangs high, ball 1. Yankees ahead, 3-1, top of the 5th. A runner at first base. Chambliss playing behind him with 2 outs. Hit in the air, shallow right center, coming on Rivers. Jackson also digging for the ball. The right fielder, Jackson, makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs on 1 base hit, and a man left on base. Bottom of the 5th coming up here at the stadium. The Yankees 3, the Orioles 1.
Hey, how about a bacon that cooks up crisp and lean every time you put it in the skillet? Great bacon. Great special cut bacon by Colonial. Special cut from the best part of the bacon for leanness and great taste. That's how Colonial makes sure that every time you get special cut bacon, you'll be serving the kind of quality and hearty flavor families love bacon for. So Sunday morning or any morning, serve the bacon that's always great. Special cut bacon. Cut from where the bacon is best so it tastes best. Colonial makes it.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
If you're getting bored with ordinary soft drinks, put a little Yoo-Hoo in your life. Best tasting soft drink ever. Creamy, smooth, super chocolate flavor. Yoo-Hoo's unbelievably delicious.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
And Yoo-Hoo is today's best soft drinks value. Ordinary soft drinks are made with water. Yoo-Hoo adds nourishing low-fat milk. Milk costs more than water. That's what makes Yoo-Hoo better. And Yoo-Hoo's non-carbonated. Instead of filling you up, keeps your action up. Great with snacks, too.
Get a piece of the action. Get Yoo-Hoo chocolate action drink.
Yoo-Hoo is Yogi
Yogi Berra's favorite action drink, the chocolate drink of champions. And Yoo-Hoo's today's best soft drink value. Get Yoo-Hoo from Iroquois Brands.
Bucket in, leading off of the Yankees. In the bottom of the fifth, Yankees 3, the Baltimore Orioles 1. Dent's been up once, and Martinez struck him out in the second inning. Bouncer to third. Right there's DeCinces. Throws on the first base. There's one away. Dent, first ball hitting, bounces out 5-3. I guess Weaver has discarded his experiment playing Eddie Murray over at third base. He's gone back to DeCinces at third.
Yeah, I think they're a lot stronger that way, Bill.
Defensively, of course they are. You know, as good as Murray looked this spring playing third base, I understand once the season started, in Milwaukee, he played poorly at third.
It's a big difference when that bell rings.
Willie Randolph takes a strike. Willie has tripled and scored, and he's flied to right field. He's 1 for 2. Martinez winds and deals the 0-1 pitch, and he's outside with it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Randolph backs out, looks at his third base coach, Dick Hauser. On deck is Mickey Rivers. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Randolph. Chopped right back to the mound. Martinez has it. Looks at Randolph, then flips over to Murray. There are 2 outs. 2 outs, nobody on. That'll bring on Mickey Rivers. Rivers has yet to get the ball out of the infield. He's bounced back to the mound and grounded to first base. Mickey 0 for 2. Before the ball game, Phil, Mickey went in the seats and signed autograph. He got him a seat behind the Yankee dugout. And in the air, right center, after this Bunbury still going, glasses down, he's there, and the center fielder makes the catch, and the side is retired. 3 up and 3 down, and at the end of 5, the Yankees 3, the Baltimore Orioles 1.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Welcome home.
So just say, bud, and pour the king of beers and settle back and please yourself. 'Cause when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
I've got grease on my fingers, oil on my shoes, I'm always under the hood. But I wouldn't change places with anyone else, even if I could. I worked on every car, big and small, every kind of engine too. And there's one thing that applies to them all, whether they're old or new. You can't buy better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. Some folks don't mind working in a big place, being part of a team. I prefer just me and that engine, nobody in between. You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world, they're #1 in your car. No, you can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. No, you can't.
62 degrees and sunny at 3:20. WINS 1010 New York. The top story right now, municipal union leaders talk tough to the city after contract sessions are unexpectedly canceled. Red Brigade terrorists claim they've kidnapped former Italian premier Aldo Moro. And the city council today takes up the issue of gay rights.
Leading off against Guidry in the 6th inning, swinging on the first pitch and missing it. 1 strike. Yankees 3, Baltimore 1. Top part of the Oriole batting order: Al Bunbury, Mark Belanger, and Gary Reineke. Bunbury is 1 for 2, one of the 3 Oriole hits, and he scored the only Oriole run in the ball game. Left-handed slap hitter. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nettles even with the grass at third base. The outfield playing Bumbry slightly to slice the ball to left field. And he fouls this one off down the left side into the upper deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roy White's over near the line in left. And Mickey Rivers playing in left center. Jackson more or less straight away in right field, so there's a little gap between Jackson and Rivers. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Al Bumbry. And the pitch. Line right to Bucky Dent, and there's 1 away. Well, there's a break in the action with the score. The Yankees 3, the Orioles 1.
This is Mel Allen. Thanks to Emery's computer tracking system, no matter where in the world your package is, you can always pick up a phone, call Emery, and touch base with it. Emery, the Air Force in air freight.
Here's Mark Belanger, the shortstop, who was doubled and struck out, and takes low, ball 1. Not too many H hits in this ball game. As Belanger hits 1 foul down the right side, Chambliss goes after it, but it'll sail back in the seats. The Yankees have 3 runs on 4 base hits. The Orioles 1 run on just 3 base hits. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Belanger started a bunt, got the bat back. The pitch was high. It's 2-1. Guidry winds. 2-1 delivery. Line right center field, base hit. Over quickly as Jackson cuts the ball off, falls down, and he holds it to a single. Belanger has to hold at first base. An excellent defensive play, Scooter, by Yankee right fielder Reggie Jackson.
Reggie has certainly improved in the outfield. Hard worker, worked all spring at it. Where that ball skipped off that grass could have easily gotten by him for a double or a triple.
Well, Belanger picks up his second base hit of the ball game. He's at first base with 1 away, and here's Gary Reineke. Pitch to the right-handed hitter, driven to right field. That'll fall, base hit. Jackson will play it on 1 hop. And Belanger holds at second base. So Baltimore here in the 6th inning, after Bumbry, a line to the shortstop, Bucky Dent, gets singles to right center field from Belanger and Reineke, and they have runners at first and second, and nobody out. And Art Fowler, the Yankee pitching coach, now out talking to Ron Guidry along with Thurman Munson.
Fowler's out there. Just 1 week from Thursday, the Yankees and the Mets renew their annual rivalry in the 16th Mayor's Trophy game right here at Yankee Stadium. Remember, proceeds from the game benefit Sandlot Baseball in the metropolitan area. So get your tickets now at any Yankee or Met ticket outlet. Come out to the stadium to see the Yankees take on the Mets Thursday, April 27th at 8 p.m.
Oh, Fowler goes back to the dugout, and Eddie Murray steps in against Guidry. Murray is struck out and lined to center field. He's 0 for 2, a switch hitter in right-handed. And on deck is Lee May. These 2 represent just about all the Oriole power. Guidry bends forward, gets a sign. Now the left-hander sets. Pitch to Murray. Breaking ball is down low, ball 1. The Yankees set up looking for 2. Nettles, Dent, Randolph, and Chambliss. As Guidry sets. The 1-0 pitch to Murray. Fastball hit in the air center field. Going back is Rivers, stopping now. And making the catch. Tagging at second base and going to third is Mark Belanger. Holding at first base, Gary Reineke. 2 outs.
The batter's up. Excuse me, Bill. Smarky Lyle just got up in the bullpen and...
All right, Scooter. And the batter now is Lee May, who's flied to right field and bounced to second. May tried to slip one up the middle past Randolph back in the 4th inning. Willie went over, backhanded the scorcher, knocked it down, and threw May out easily. So runners at first and third, 2 outs. Yankees ahead 3-1 in the 6th inning. As May takes a strike on the outside corner. And the 0-1 pitch. Too high with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Belanger off third. Reineke off first. They're checked. 1-1 pitch to May. Swung on line left center. That's going to fall. Base hit. 1 run will score. Around second base, going to third is Reineke, and White makes a strong throw into second base, holding May at first. Well, the Yankees now lead 3-2 with now 5 seconds for station identification.
62 degrees and sunny at 326 WINS 1010 New York.
Some shots this inning.
Well, the Orioles have Gary Reineke over at third base. Have got Lee May on at first. With 2 outs, and the batter now is Doug DeCinces, the third baseman. DeCinces is 0 for 2. He's fouled out and bounced out. Setting the pitch. Fastball is high, ball 1. Lyle still loosening up in the Yankee bullpen. Here's a 1 ball, no strike pitch. Swung on, sliced foul into the upper deck down the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Guidry's ready, and the 1-1 delivery. DeCinces checks the swing, takes it high, 2 balls and a strike. Yankee lead has been cut to 1 run here in the top of the 6th. As Guidry's ready. 2-1 pitch. Hit on a ground to third. Netto's there. He'll go to Randolph at second base with a force, and the side is retired. The Orioles pick up a run on 3 base hits. They leave 2 men on base. And through 5.5 innings of play, the Yankees 3, the Orioles 2.
Got a bale and haul some hay. Gotta share a ride today. Gotta drop the children off. But first I gotta stop at golf. People, all kinds of people, more than a million a day. Keep their lives moving on by making them stop along the way. And don't stop. That keeps America going.
We give people some pretty solid reasons to stop and go. Like gasolines that are adjusted for better performance in your part of the country. And a motor oil so good, it exceeds the recommendations of all U.S. car makers. And when it comes to stations, Gulf gives you a choice of traditional full service or the convenience and savings of our new self-serve stations. Some of our stations even offer a choice of both. Got somewhere to go? Remember, use your fuel wisely, and when it's time, stop and go.
Transmission problems, huh? You lemon?
Before you trade in your car for a more expensive model, come to AMCO Transmissions. We'll take you through our procedures step by step so you'll know the job we recommend is the right one. And the price we quote won't be an estimate. It'll be a firm price. At AMCO, we'll put you and your car back together again.
I'm going to get you new seat covers.
Thurman Munson leading off of the Yankees in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Orioles scored a run the top of the 6th and cut the Yankee lead by 1. Yankees now lead 3-2. Orioles have taken the lead in base hits. They now have 6. The Yankees have been limited to 4 by Denny Martinez. Munson checks the swing, fouls it back to the screen. Thurman drove in the first Yankee run with a single to right field in the 1st inning, and he flied to right field in the 3rd. So he's 1 for 2. It'll be Munson, Jackson, and then Chris Chambliss against Denny Martinez playing the 6th inning for the Yankees. Here's a 1-strike pitch. Low with a sidearm sinker. It's 1-1. Orioles like to crowd Munson with the ball. They feel he's a much better hitter with the ball out over the plate. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on line, one hopper through Mark Belanger out in the left field. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I've been here 8 years. I've never seen a ball go through Belanger, right between his legs.
Unbelievable.
Of course, that ball was gripped pretty hard.
They're debating whether to give him a hit or an error. I tell you, usually you get an error if you're an outstanding fielder. Comes up with that play 9 out of 10 times. A base hit.
What was that?
Base hit.
All right, here's Jackson. He takes a strike on the outside corner. How do you score it? Through the shortstop's legs?
Base hit 6 or 7, or...
Now the set. The one-strike pitch to Jackson. Too high, it's 1-1. I'll just say base hit 6. Or through 6.
That's hard to write it down, that little box there.
Yeah. Eddie Murray has a quick conference with his pitcher, Denny Martinez, and he bounces back to first base. I've got double barrel action in the Oriole bullpen. Tim started a right-hander, and Tippy Martinez a left-hander. Jackson swings and doesn't get a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Is that elevated still up behind right field there? Jackson was trying to hit that train running back out there. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jackson. Now Martinez backs out and time is called. Now Denny's ready. Checks Munson. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, sliced into the upper deck, foul off the left side. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Munson back to first base, looking over at third base, Coach Dick Hauser. Martinez gets new baseball from home plate umpire Dale Ford. The base hit given to Munson, the Yankees' 5th of the ball game. Munson 2nd. Jackson takes outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Chris Chambliss leaning on his bat. Martinez goes on the backside of the rubber, goes to the mouth, which he can do back there. Now gets back up top. Looks in at Rick Dempsey for a sign. And he takes so long that Jackson backs out and time is called. And Martinez now comes on the front side of the mound, goes to the mouth again. And gets back up top. Now Munson takes a short lead off first. Here's the set. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Baltimore got on the board first. A single to left center by Bunbury. Mark Belanger doubled. Gary Reineke hit a sacrifice fly, driving in Bunbury for the Oriole run in the first. Yankees tied it up in the bottom of the first. A triple by Randolph. RBI single by Munson. Yankees scored twice in the 4th. Baltimore picked up 1 top of this inning. Curveball is fouled back. Still 2-2 on Jackson. Well, it's Yankees 3, Orioles 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Munson at first base, nobody out to count 2 balls. 2 strikes on Reg. Martinez likes the sign. He's at the belt. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, bounce slowly towards short. Belanger's there, goes to second for 1, and there's no play at first base. A slow bounce of the shortstop. The only play Belanger had was to go to second to Dower to force Munson. Now Jackson's on at first. One away, and the first baseman, Chris Chambliss, is the batter. Chambliss is 1 for run. He's driven in a run, has also scored a run. A left-handed batter. They play him straight away. Last time Jackson was at first base, he stole second and scored on a single by Chambliss. Pitch is a called strike, letter high over the outside corner, strike one. Martinez sets, throws to first base, and Jackson skips back. He's safe. Martinez sets. The 1-strike pitch. Called strike 2 on Chambliss. No balls and 2 strikes. Yankees had a chance to do a lot of damage in the first inning when they got just 1 run. They had the bases loaded and only 1 out, but Nettles bounced into a twin killing. Here's a 2-strike pitch to Chambliss. Waved at and missed. Chambliss goes down swinging for out number 2. Second strikeout for Denny Martinez, and that'll bring on Greg Nettles, who's bounced into a double play and fly to center field. Greg is 0 for 2. Pitch to Nettles. Curveball low and inside, backhanded by Rick Dempsey. Ball 1.
You found those glasses up on me. I can't get them.
Now the set by Martinez. There goes Jackson. The pitch is high. Throw down to second. They're going to have him at second base. Mark Belanger putting the tag. No runs, 1 base hit, nobody left on base. At the end of 6, the Yankees lead the Orioles 3-2. Today's game is brought to you in part by Specs, makers of fine athletic shoes for tennis, basketball, jogging, or just running around. Specs shoes are designed to make your feet work a little faster than your competition's. Whether your game is basketball, tennis, running, or just hanging around looking terrific, look for Specs at over 600 fine stores in and around New York. Smart New Yorkers already have. They know that when you step into your Specs, you're ready to step out. Spec athletic shoes for all sports.
The day is done. Coming home. It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind. Welcome home. So just say, Bud. And for the king of beers, and settle back and please yourself. No matter what you do, no matter when or where, you know a glass of Bud is like an easy chair when you say tell you something. Settling back with a long day behind you and a cold Bud in front of you, my man, that's living. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch St. Louis.
Well, at the end of 6 here at the stadium, the Yankees lead Baltimore 3-2, and here to take you over the next 3, the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
All right, 3-2 ball game. And Carlos Lopez swings and misses a good slider by Guidry. Lopez has struck out and flied to center. Orioles 2 runs on 6 hits. The Yankees 3 runs on 5 hits. Bouncer foul outside of third. 0-2 the count. Lopez batting .231.
Guidry winds the pitch down low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straightaway on the right hand hitting Lopez. High fly, straightaway center field. Mickey Rivers cruising in. Jackson right alongside. Rivers makes the catch, and there's 1 away. And right now, 20 seconds for our local stations to identify themselves.
62 degrees and cloudy this evening at 341, 1010 WINS New York. The top stories right now, municipal union leaders talking tough to the city after a contract session is unexpectedly canceled. Red Brigade terrorists claim they've kidnapped former Italian Premier Aldo Moro, and the city council today takes up the issue of gay rights.
First pitch to short. Dent up, throw to first, and they're at 2 away. So 2 men are out, and the batter, Rich Dower. He is line to right and fly to right. Dower, who got off to a bad start last year, is off to a bad start this year, batting .063. Guidry's pitch popped up. It's going over the Yankee dugout and out of play. Ron Guidry in his 7th inning of pitching. Last inning, Sparky Lyle was up. And time is called. Little paper blowing out in front of the mound. As Frank Messer rejoins us up here in the radio booth. Fastball is low, 1-1.
I'll tell you, Bill, we've seen a pretty well-pitched ball game out here this afternoon.
Yeah, 2 good young pitchers, Guidry and Martinez. 1-1 or high 2-1. On deck, Al Bunbury. The 2-1 delivery, high and outside, 3-1. This is the first batter that Guidry has been behind on. He has not walked a man and has struck out 4. Has allowed 6 base hits and 2 runs. 3-1 count. The pitch, high, ball 4, and that's the first walk of the ball game for Guidry. And the batter now, Al Bunbury. Bunbury has singled and scored, hit to the box, and line to the shortstop. Munson out to talk with Guidry.
No activity in the Yankee bullpen, but if Bunbury gets on, I feel sure somebody will be up. Now, Guidry got hit pretty hard in the 6th inning. He got the first 2 batters here in the 7th. But I don't know, Phil.
I don't
Perhaps
know.
tiring a little bit?
Could very well be, Frank. Every ball hit in that 6th inning was right on the nose. The pitch to Bunbury, high, ball 1.
Sometimes that's an indication when a pitcher starts getting high. It's an indication that he is tiring. Billy Martin is going to go out now and talk to Guidry. This Ron is still not 100% after being sick over the winter. And I tell you, that flu can really lay you low. It's got you at the time, and it just hangs on and on and on. It takes so much out of you that you stay weak for a long time afterwards. It's hard to build
it. Be strong. That's right. For 9 innings, got to work your way back in.
As Billy goes to mound, the Yankee bullpen will start. Sparky Lyle, who warmed up earlier in the game, is going to start warming up again. The Yankees are leading 3-2 in the ball game. Guidry, although hit hard in the 6th inning, gave up only the 1 run. So he's got 2 outs here and a man on.
All right, Dower leading off first as Guidry comes to the belt. The kick and the pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he didn't look too weak on that pitch.
Nope, and he got it in a good spot right in on the hands. Bunbury steps back. Now he's back in the batter's box. On deck, Mark Belanger. Guidry's pitch. Whoa. Munson and Guidry want to know where that was. Thurman turns around to ask Dale Ford. Called it a ball. It's 2-1. Guidry sets again. And a curve line base hit right center field. Dowell will go to third. Rivers backhands the ball, fires it into second, and holds Bunbury to a long single. Yankees playing well defensively in the outfield. But now the Orioles threaten first and third. 2 out, and Mark Belanger, who is 2 for 3 in the ball game, the batter.
You know, Phil Rosita, when was it? Last night you and I were talking about the balls taking strange hops here.
Yep.
Well, now when that ball hits the outfield grass, it seems to be taking off again.
It is. A ball almost got by Jackson, who had to dive and get it. That one to Rivers. Mickey had to get down on one knee to backhand it. All right. 2 out, 2 on, and the Yankees lead 3-2. Belanger has doubled, struck out, and singled. The pitch, strike on the outside corner. Bunbury with a lot of speed at first. Now they want to take a look at that baseball. And Dale Ford throws it out of play. Dower at third. We'll see if the Orioles skipper, Earl Weaver, might want to try a little double steal here. Bunbury leads away. He doesn't go, and the ball is inside 1-1. Sparky's still throwing in the bullpen. Yankees leading 3-2. The pitch, down low. 2 balls and a strike. The Yankee brain trust up in the dugout now. They were sitting down, relaxed. Now they're all up. The 2-1 pitch, down low, ball 3. 3-1. So Guidry now, behind on the count, 3-1. Belanger knows that. He has the advantage. The 3-1 pitch, high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded, and here comes Billy Martin, and that's all for Guidry. And in this inning, Guidry has walked the only 2 men he's walked in the whole ball game. Billy's second trip to the mound, so Guidry is out of there. And Sparky Lyle will be coming on.
And right now, there's a break in the action with the score. The Yankees 3 and Baltimore 2.
This is Mel Allen. If you think a Reggie Jackson home run travels far, Emery travels over 250,000 miles a day because they're on every key flight of every airline that carries freight with a fleet of charter planes waiting in the wings. And that's what makes Emery the Air Force in air freight.
The hand is for Ron Guidry, who leaves the ball game. Sparky Lyle will be coming on. And as Lyle makes his way in from the bullpen, we'll take a look at the scoreboard. And the scoreboard's a little bit wet this afternoon. We've had 3 rainouts in the American League. A lot of rain out in the Midwest. Chicago at Detroit rained out after playing 2 innings. Texas at Cleveland rained out. They never got underway. And Oakland at Minnesota was also rained out. California plays at Seattle tonight with Nolan Ryan scheduled to pitch for California in that ball game. Now up in Boston, they are playing. Milwaukee is leading Boston 3-2 at the end of 5 innings. Sorensen and Eckersley are the pitchers in the ball game, and Larry Heisel has the game's only homer. Heisel has now hit 5 home runs for the Milwaukee Brewers. And that seems to be like, well, you invest in a guy like Larry Heisel, it's like putting the money in the bank. It's a good investment. I guess putting money in the bank's a good investment, isn't it?
Yes, not bad.
All right. So Heisel's 5th home run has the Brewers out in front of the Bo Sox. The Cubs lead Montreal 2-1 at the end of 3. The Mets play tonight at St. Louis. The Phillies play the Pirates tonight. Cincinnati is at Los Angeles tonight. Houston at San Diego tonight. And Atlanta plays in San Francisco tonight. And speaking of Atlanta and their game in San Francisco, I wonder what kind of thoughts might be going through Bobby Cox's mind long about now. Scooter, 1 win and 7 losses.
Oh, that's got to be tough. Bobby had hoped his youngsters would gel, but it looks like they're a little slow coming around.
All right, right, Sparky Lyle has completed his warm-up throws. Right here, the Yankees lead 3-2. The Orioles have the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Lyle will be pitching to Gary Renicky. Scooter?
Renicky has hit a sacrifice fly to left and singled in the curve in the dirt, ball 1. Lyle pitching from the stretch position, which he normally does when he comes into a game. Always trouble when Sparky enters the game. He comes to the belt. Low in the dirt again, 2-0. 2 breaking pitches. Yankees lead 3-2, but the Orioles threatening. The 2-0 pitch, laid it right in there. He didn't have much on that one at all, Frank.
No, he didn't. He took a lot off of it just to get the strike. Figured, I guess, that Renicky would be taking.
Mm-hmm. This is probably Renicky's first look at Sparky Lyle anyway. Now the 2-1 pitch. Low and almost a wild pitch. A great one-hand grab by Munson.
Looks like Sparky's trying to put a little bit extra on the pitch, and we've seen that happen with Lyle on occasion. He will throw the ball away.
He'll probably let up a little bit on this one. And Renicky will probably be ready. Bases loaded, 2 out. He does lay it in. It's bounced foul down the third base line. He had Renicky way out in front. So Sparky now has not thrown a fastball to this young right-hand batter. All sliders. Goes to the rosin bag, blows on his pitching hand. He's on the grass when he's doing it, though. Doesn't want to take a chance of ball 4. Big pitch in the ball game will be coming up now. He sets. Here it is. Deep to left, but foul. Way back in the upper deck and bouncing around and then comes down below. We told you Sparky to get that ball over is letting up on a few of the pitches. That time Renicky was ready for it. Still.
Excuse me, Scooter.
Yeah.
That's right. Go ahead.
All right, it's still 3-2. The pitch. High, ball 4, and the ball game is tied. And Sparky just laid that one in there. Nothing on it. So the walk forces in the run. That run is charged to Guidry. Second RBI for Renicky. And we've got a tie ball game, and the batter will be Larry Murray, who has struck out, line to center, and fly deep to center. Make that Eddie Murray. Bases still loaded. Pitch to Murray. High, ball 1. It really is unusual to see Sparky come in and walk somebody in any kind of a situation. Time is called. 1 ball, no strikes on Murray. The kick and the pitch, swing and a miss. Again, he threw a slider not too hard. Of course, Eddie Murray likes that hard stuff. He doesn't like that off-speed pitch. A 3-3 ball game now in the top of the 7th. 2 out and the bases full of Orioles. The 1-1 pitch bounced slowly to third. Nettle's going to have to hurry. Up, over to first. They got him by a stride. But the Birds pick up a run on just 1 base hit. There were 3 walks in the inning. And 3 men left on base at the end of 6 1/2. Baltimore 3 and the Yankees 3.
People use our money to get the most out of life.
This year at Household Finance, we're celebrating our 100th anniversary. And in our 100 years, we've helped people get the most out of life in many different ways. From vacations to college educations for their children. We'd like to help you, too. Household Finance, an equal opportunity lender.
Come on into HFC.
Got a live copy? The Riverboat, New York's official prom headquarters, is having a contest to pick 1978's prom queen from the New York metro area's high schools. The grand and glorious first prize is a fantastic $1,000 wardrobe from the divisions of Jonathan Logan. Now, here's what you do. Either mail or drop off a photo of the best-looking senior in your class to the Riverboat, Empire State Building, 34th and 5th. A panel of celebrity judges will pick Riverboat's prom queen on Sunday, May 7th at the boat. On the back of each photo, write the name, address, and school of your hopeful.
Dennis Martinez now will face Greg Nettles, who hit into a double play in the first inning and fly to center in the fourth. All tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Outfield deep and around towards right on Nettles. Foul just below is strike 1. Dennis Martinez has been strong out there. Quite a few of the Yankee base hits have been of the blooper variety. They all count. There's a high pop to shallow right. Coming on is Lopez, and he makes the catch in right field.
You know, the Yankees have been fortunate in one respect, Scooter. They got the run in the first inning when Lopez and Bunbury let the fly ball drop in between them. Randolph got a triple out of it. And as you mentioned, there have not been that many solid shots off this young right-hander.
No, Munson's base hit. He hit right off the hands, just barely got over Murray's head. Chambliss hit to left field, hit off the end of the bat and just dunked in shallow left field. He's tough. He's got a live fastball, that's for sure. Roy White, who has driven in a run, bounced to first, is up there now and takes a curve high. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. The kick and the pitch line to left field, but foul back into the seats.
One of the hardest hit balls in the game, as far as the Yankees are concerned, was Munson's shot in the 6th inning. The bullet that was hit right at Belanger, and he couldn't come up with it.
Yep. One of the very, very few times you see that happen, no matter how hard the ball is hit. Looks like Gossage is up in the Yankee bullpen again. The pitch is strike call 2-2. Roy White very unhappy with that call. Turns around with his hand on his hip. Thought the pitch was outside. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th, tied 3-3. Roy with that pigeon-toed stance. Martinez kicks, delivers way outside, 3-2. Now Martinez walks back on the grass. Rubs up the ball.
Orioles have activity in their bullpen. Left-hander Tippy Martinez and right-hander Don Stanhouse are warming up.
All right, a big payoff pitch on the way to Roy White. And he hits a base hit past the second baseman out in the center field. So Roy White waited on that beautifully.
Right now, let's take 5 seconds for station identification.
62 degrees and cloudy this evening at 2:58 WINS 1010 New York.
All right, Jim Spencer has line to first and fly to right field. White at first with 1 out. Dennis Martinez on the mound. The pitch to Spencer, foul back and out of play, strike 1. On deck, Bucky Dent. Jim Spencer looking for his 100th home run of his career. Swings and misses. Fooled, actually foul-tipped it into the glove of Dempsey, but it was an off-speed pitch by Dennis Martinez. And Spencer was way out in front. 0-2. Eddie Murray holding the bag against Roy White. Martinez kicks. The pitch is lined, and there's a base hit. in the right center. Roy White had started back to first base. He can only go to second. A rising line drive that Roy thought Dow was going to catch. It went over his head, but by the time Roy had turned around, he could go no farther than second base. And Earl Weaver's going to take a quick trip to the mound. This is not his take out a pitcher trip to the mound.
Well, he looked out toward his bullpen as he came out of the dugout. He'll have a little conference with Dennis Martinez and Rick Dempsey. You're right, Scooter. He's not going to take Martinez out of the ball game.
I tell you, the Yankees would hope they'd take him out. His ball really moves.
This kid's going to be, I think, a fine pitcher.
Oh, yes. Boy, I tell you, he is really tough.
He's one of the reasons the Orioles were willing to trade an 18-game winner, Rudy May, to the Montreal Expos. They figured Dennis Martinez and Scott McGregor could step into the starting rotation and more than make up those 18 wins.
All right, like Earl Weaver said, they've got 2 weeks in a row where they have 2 days off, and he can't get a pitching rotation set. Bucky Dent, the batter. Bucky is struck out, bounced to third. White at second. Spencer at first, 1 out. We're tied at 3. The pitch to Dent, high and outside, ball 1.
I think that's one reason, Scooter, you tend to discount a lot of the results early in the season. But when it gets down to day in, day out, playing every day, day in and day out, then you find out which teams are the better teams.
That's for sure. Get your pitching rotation set. Your hitters are in a groove. All right, Bucky had stepped out, rubbed something out of his eye. Infield in double play depth. Martinez comes set, and a pitch fouled back off the screen, 1-1. Willie Randolph on deck.
Hey, Martinez with that fastball has done a pretty good job of jamming both the left hand and right hand.
Yes, he has. We mentioned very few hard hit balls. 1-1 on Bucky Dent. 1 man out. Roy White, a good base runner now, leading off second. Martinez checks him, delivers to Dent, low and inside, 2-1. Willie Randolph on deck with Mickey Rivers to follow. Dennis Martinez, long look at the sign. He's got it. We're ready to go again. Martinez comes just to the letters, not to the belt. Curve, ground ball is short, could be 2. Belanger, the Dow 1 back to first in time for the double play. And that double play has hurt the Yankees in the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, a man left. At the end of 7, Baltimore 3 and the Yankees 3.
The day is done.
Coming home.
It's time to let it go. It's the moment to unwind.
Welcome home.
So just say, Bud. Talk about your golden moments. This is it. Relaxing after a long day with the easy taste of Budweiser. 'Cause when you say Budweiser, you said it all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
There are 2 things I remember about 58. I spent more on oil for my hair than on oil from a car. And I bought my first Chevy. It's also the year I started using Champions. Now in 66, I remember 2 more things. A silver Corvette and a redhead named Georgette.
No matter where you are, it's Champion.
This year I got myself a Chevy wagon and 4 more things to remember. Billy Jr., Billy Joe, Billy Jean, and Billy Bob. I've had a lot of different kinds of Chevys over the years, but one kind of spark plug, Champion.
You can't buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. Champion. You can't buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's number 1 in the world. Number 1 in your car.
Did I forget someone? Did I forget Billy Jack?
Sal Bando's 3-run homer has now given Milwaukee a 6-2 lead over Boston, with the Red Sox batting in the bottom half of the 6th.
All right, Frank, the pitch to Lee May is down low from Sparky Lyle, ball 1. Lee May has flied to right, bounced to second, single to left center field. He has driven in a run. The 1-0 pitch is over the inside corner. It's 1-1. Greg Nettles guarding the line at third. Roy White deep in left. Sparky's 1-1 pitch line. Base hit, left center field. Roy White over. Up with it. And Sparky threw that fastball that time, and Lee May jumped all over it. First hit off Lyle, the 8th. For the Birds, and the batter now, Doug DeCense. He has popped to third, bounced to short, and bounced to third. Chambliss holding the bag against May. Pitch to DeCense, low, ball 1. Well, Sparky Lyle is the pitcher of record. Ron Guidry with another outstanding effort. Unfortunately, doesn't have a chance to win this game. He went out with the Yankees leading, but Sparky walked a man of force in the tying run charged to Guidry. Check swing foul. And it's 1-1. The ball will be thrown out of play as it came down, hit Munson in the shin guards. Getting a little cool right now at Yankee Stadium, and cloudy. May with a short lead. He bunts, pops it up. Munson's got a shot and makes the catch. Oh, that was a terrible exhibition of laying down a bunt by DeCense. And he popped it straight up in the air and back of the plate. Munson grabbed it, a big out, 1 away. Looks like DeCense isn't called on too much to try and sacrifice. The batter now, Carlos Lopez, struck out, fly to center twice. And on deck, Rick Dempsey. Lopez stands deep in the box, right-hand batter. Sparky to the belt. Pitch, ground ball to third. Nettles over to Randolph, 1. Low throw, back to first, not in time. Nettles' off-balance throw was low, and that fouled up the double play because Willie, coming across fast, had to get down for it, then straighten up and throw. And Lopez was able to beat the return throw. But they get the force. They get the lead man at second. Lopez with good speed. They'll have to keep an eye on him. 2 out, and Dempsey the batter. Dempsey has struck out, singled, and bounced to short. Good play by Nettles on a real grass cutter. Sparky sets, throws to first, Lopez back.
You know, talk about Lopez. For the Mariners last year, he got in only 90 games, but he tried 20 stolen bases, and he was successful 16 times.
Oh, that's a pretty good percentage. He doesn't go, and the slider is in there, strike call. With 2 out, you would think that Earl Weaver would take a shot, let him try and steal, but we'll wait and see. Sparky sets again. He's going. Got a good jump. The ball is hit in the air, though. Mickey Rivers backing up. Under it now and makes the catch. A big break for the Yankees there as Lopez had a good jump. No runs, a hit, no errors. A man left at the end of 7.5. Baltimore 3 and the Yankees 3.
Listening to the game just isn't the same as being there. The special magic a hot summer's day and an even hotter Yankee Stadium crowd give to the game, well, it's just missing. So do something about it. Grab a Yankees Frank. Because Yankees Franks have the taste that takes you out to the ball game, even when you're listening at home. Bite into one. Feel like cheering? Go ahead. The crowd won't mind. Yankees Franks. Colonial makes it.
You and your 78 Plymouth Arrow. It's a lot more than just fun.
Wherever we go, everyone knows it's me and my Arrow.
It's standard tinted glass, tilt wheel, and reclining buckets. It's a wide hatch and fold-down rear seat. And then, of course, it is fun. It's not just a car you can handle. It's a gasoline bill you can handle, too. Because for 78, every Aero features air injection in our new MCA jet system. And while your mileage may differ, an Aero with our standard 1600cc engine and manual transmission is EPA rated at 39 highway, 29 city. The 78 Aero. Miles and miles of heart.
Willie Randolph leads it off in the bottom of the eighth, and a ground ball is short. Belanger to his right. Up. Nice play. Throw to first. They got him. That was not an easy chance for Mark Belanger. A hard-hit ground ball, and it came up at the last second. One away, and now Mickey Rivers. Mick is hit to the box, bounced to first, and flied out to right center field.
That's an example of what we talked about before, Phil. Mark Belanger perhaps slowing down a step or so, but the way he positions himself on the hitters now.
Beautiful. All right, the Yankees got to get Mickey on. He has not been on in this ball game. And the curve is down low, ball one. Mickey has hit in 6 straight games. So Mick looking to make it 7 in a row, this time up. The Sensei in at third. Curve low. 2 balls, no strikes. Thurman Munson on deck. Martinez kicks. Strike call. Mickey was ducking back out of the way of that pitch. Dale Ford, the plate umpire, called it a strike. We're only working with 3 umpires. Ted Hendry has a bad back. Two balls, 1 strike on Mickey Rivers. Martinez winds. And a foul just to our left. And caught in the upper deck. 2-2. Mickey moving up on the plate a little bit now. Keeps moving those feet. The 2-2 pitch outside, 3-2. Gary Renicky playing Rivers straight away in left field like he would a right-hand hitter. Bunbury slightly over in left center. Big gap in right center for Mick. And the payoff pitch is a curved ground ball grabbed by Eddie Murray. He'll run to the bag, make the put out unassisted. And there are 2 away. And with 2 out, the batter, Thurman Munson. Thurman has singled twice, flying to right field, and has driven in a run.
We have 2 interesting notes here in the Boston Red Sox game. One is the Red Sox scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the 6th. Milwaukee leads 6-5. The other is that Luis Tiant has come on in relief in the 7th inning for the Boston Red Sox.
Well, he was taken off the inactive list, and I guess Don Zimmer wants to get him in the game as quickly as possible so that he can finally get him back in the starting rotation. It'll be interesting to see how he handles a relief job. All right, Thurman Munson up, 2 out, nobody on. 3-3 the score, bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Thurman thought he had checked it, but appealed to the first base umpire. And they called it a strike. On deck, Reggie Jackson. Dennis Martinez. Change up, ground ball as he tried to check his swing right back to the box. Underhand toss to Murray for an easy out. The Yankees go down in order, and at the end of 8, it's Baltimore 3 and the Yankees 3.
When do you think Budweiser?
When it's 5 p.m. and I close up my clock shop here. That's it.
Right on time, my friend. But of course, any time is the right time for the smooth taste of Budweiser.
King of Beers is waiting for your call when you say Budweiser.
No time like the present.
You said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Hey, Say, Phil, do you think Frank Messer deserves a Butterfinger for doing such a great announcing job today?
Well, Bill, he was good, but I don't know if he was that good.
But Frank's a great sportscaster. He was Sportscaster of the Year 3 times down in Virginia.
Yeah, but you know Butterfingers, crispy layers of peanut butter, crunchy candy, a chocolatey covering.
But Frank's won all sorts of awards from AP and UPI.
Yeah, but still...
And if Frank weren't here, you'd have to broadcast the last 3.
Frank Messer has just earned his Butterfinger.
Helmet Day will be Sunday, May 7th here at Yankee Stadium. Every fan 14 and under who comes out to the stadium will get one of the hottest new items around the major leagues, a Yankee batting helmet. For your own helmet that looks just like the ones the Yankees wear, be at the Texas Rangers game Sunday, May 7th. Game time will be 2 o'clock here at Yankee Stadium. We might remind you that tickets for all Yankee home games are on sale here at Yankee Stadium every day at the Stadium Advance ticket window. Now, the Yankees will be gone for the next 2 days, but the ticket windows will be open. You can get tickets for the upcoming series with the Milwaukee Brewers starting Friday night. Brewers will also be here next Saturday and Sunday.
All right, Frank. Rich Dower, who was line to right, fly to right, and walked with 2 out and scored in the 7th inning. Made it a tie ball game as a batter. Sparky Lyle. His pitch foul back to the screen, strike 1. It'll be Dower, Bunbury, and Belanger.
15,628. 15628. Total in the house, including 2,200 Yankee juniors.
Line to left field. Roy White there. Reaches up and jumps up and makes the catch. Holy cow, that was close. The ball was hit. Roy got over there, planted his feet, and suddenly had to leap high in the air to one-hand it. That'll bring up Al Bunbury, who was 2 for 4. He singled twice, scored once, hit to the box, and lined hard to short. I see the other day, Frank, in that game in Minnesota, they only had 50 people in the stands.
No, I didn't notice that.
They, actual 2,500 tickets had been sold, but only 50 showed up. It was a miserable day. Oakland beat them.
I saw that attendance, low attendance of 2,500, but I didn't realize only 50 were in the stands.
This time of year, it's tough weather out there.
Yankees played a ball game out there some years ago where there was ice, I believe, on the field.
I remember in the bullpen they had a bucket of water and it turned to ice before the game was over. 1 strike to count on Bunbury. Low, and it's 1-1. Mark Belanger on deck. Lyle kicks, delivers, fly ball, left field. This one White digging for, backing up, and makes the catch, backing up. All of a sudden, the ball is carrying the left field. Whether the wind has suddenly picked up. 2 men out in the top of the 9th. 3-3 the score, and Mark Belanger been on base 3 times with a double, a single, and a walk. 1 time he has struck out. Belanger has scored a run. And Lyle's pitch is ball 1. Sparky winds again, and the pitch is over the outside corner, 1-1. Again, Greg Nettles guarding the line at third. A bunt attempt is fouled and bouncing off to the right alongside the Yankee dugout. Strike 2. Sparky wants to change balls again. Walks around and back of the mound. Goes to the mouse, Little Rosin. A ball and 2 strikes on Belanger. 2 out, nobody on. The windup and the pitch outside 2-2. Sparky's 2-2 delivery. Ground ball to second base. Randolph to his left. Bad hop, can't get it. He'll be safe. That should be a base hit. What a wicked hop that ball took. Almost hit Willie in the face. He got his bare hand up, knocked it down. Base hit, says Frank Messer. All right, a base hit on a bad hop. 3 hits for Belanger. walk, not too bad a base runner. The batter now, Gary Renegade. Sacrifice fly, drive in a run in the first, fly to left, single to right, and walk. 2 men are out. Sparky sets, and the pitch inside, ball one. Renegade looks like a big young man down there. Right-hand batter, throw to first, but Belanger is back. How's his power, Frank?
He'll go 6'3", 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Another throw to first. Belanger back. Sparky sets another throw to first, and he's back.
I don't know about his power. He hit 11 home runs last year, but that was at Denver, where 11 is not.
No, that's right. Bouncing ball to third. Nettles will go to second base for the force on Belanger. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth with the score tied, Baltimore 3 and the Yankees 3.
Baseball and Yoo-Hoo, a winning combination. You know, all across this great country of ours, Yoo-Hoo is the favorite chocolate action drink. Yoo-Hoo has a delicious chocolate taste, rich and creamy, really refreshing. And Yoo-Hoo contains high-quality protein. What's more, it's made with 99% fat-free milk. And it's not carbonated. So instead of bloating you up, it keeps your action up. Next time you're thirsty, reach for a frosty bottle of delicious Yoo-Hoo and keep your action going. Yoo-Hoo is Yogi Berra's favorite soft drink. Make it yours. Try Yoo-Hoo from Iroquois Brands.
Rickle Home Center presents another episode of Under One Roof.
Fred, what are you going to do about cleaning up the yard?
Nothing. It's too big to fit in the shower.
Let's cut the comedy, huh? And while you're at it, you can cut the lawn.
That's what I bought Elmo for.
That sheep, all he does is eat my flowers.
But he saves on fertilizer and gas. You can't say he doesn't save on gas.
I'll give you gas, Fred. This time you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. You're going to Rickle Home Center.
You're invited to the Rickle Great American House Party, so stop in today and pick up your circular. You'll save $5 on a UL-listed 1/2 horsepower spin-trim deluxe nylon trimmer. Regularly $44.99, the 2-grip spin-trim nylon trimmer with cord storage on its handle is now just $39.99 during the Rickle Great American House Party.
Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle. Rickle helps you do it better. Do it better with Rickle.
Tippy Martinez comes on to pitch for Baltimore as we go to the bottom half of the ninth inning. The Yankees have Reggie Jackson, Chris Chambliss, and Greg Nettles, all left-hand hitters, due up. So Earl Weaver goes to his bullpen for Tippy Martinez. The Martinez lads are not related. Tippy has been in 4 games, all in relief, pitching a total of 7 1/3 innings. He has allowed 5 earned runs, walked 7, struck out 4, and he has given up 7 base hits. He has no won-loss record and no saves, an earned run average of 6.14. So Tippy Martinez completes his warm-up throws, and he'll be working to Reggie Jackson, Chris Chambliss, and Greg Nettles in that order. Scores tied 3-3. Dennis Martinez went 8 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 3, and he struck out a couple. Scooter?
All right, Reggie Jackson. Martinez going to pitch from his stretch position. There's nobody on. He sets, and the pitch is high, ball 1. Very unusual. Jackson has walked twice, stolen a base and scored, and bounced into a force play. The 1-0 pitch is right down the middle, 1-1. Tippy now pitching with the full windup. I guess he was a little confused. Relief pitches come in with men on. High and tight, ball 2, 2-1. On deck, Chris Chambliss. Getting very cool in the late afternoon here at the stadium. The pitch. Hey, the ball game's over. Holy cow, that Jackson is unbelievable. He waits for the most dramatic moments to hit home runs. And he hit a bullet that was hit so hard it didn't have a chance to go foul. Oh, take it, Frank Messer. I just got a headache.
Reggie had a line drive just inside the foul pole in right field over the 310 marker. And we have a sudden ending to this ball game here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. So the Yankees unleashed the Jacks attack on Tippy Martinez and the Orioles. Reggie roundly congratulated by the entire Yankee bench as he goes in toward the dugout. And the Yankees have defeated the Orioles 4-3 on one swing of Reggie Jackson's bat, leading off here in the bottom half of the ninth inning. It is Reggie's second home run of the year. And the totals on the game for the Yankees: 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Orioles: 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Reggie's home run makes a winning pitcher out of Sparky Lyle and a loser out of Tippy Martinez. The engineer for Yankee broadcasts is Brian Ferguson. Assistant producer is Carolee Ashwell, and the executive producer is Arthur Adler. This is Frank Messer for Phil Rizzuto and Bill White. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Reggie swings, New York wins. When Broadway sings, New York wins. At NYU, in Jersey too. For the kids at the Bronx too, New York wins. New York wins. On the street, on the beat, at the fence, you can bet. With trumpets and violins. When Yankees score, New York wins. When you score, New York wins. Start your day and cheer it. This is where you'll hear it. Hear it on 10-10. New York wins. New York wins.
The Yankee Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Getty Gasoline. And now we'll take a look at the scoreboard after the Yankees' 4-3 win over the Baltimore Orioles on a home run by Reggie Jackson. A lot of rainouts in the American League this afternoon, 3 to be exact. Chicago at Detroit, they got 2 innings in. Neither team had scored. When rains came to Detroit, the game postponed. Texas at Cleveland was rained out, and so was Oakland at Minnesota. Tonight, California plays at Seattle. They're playing ball up in Fenway Park in Boston. The Milwaukee Brewers visiting the Boston Red Sox. They've completed 7 innings, and Milwaukee is leading by a score of 6-5. Home runs by Larry Heisel, his 5th of the year, and Sal Bando, his 2nd, have provided Milwaukee with a 1-run margin. Larry Sorensen started for the Brewers with Ed Rodriguez relieving in the 6th. Dennis Eckersley started for Boston. Stanley in the 6th, and Louis Tiant, who was just reactivated this afternoon before the game, relieved in the 7th. Milwaukee leads 6-5 at the end of 7. Kansas City will play at Toronto. Paul Splittorff will face Dave Lemanchik. And in that California-Seattle game, Nolan Ryan goes against Paul Mitchell tonight. I'll be back with the National League scoreboard in just a moment.
If you buy unleaded gasoline, you may have noticed that lead isn't the only thing missing. It's probably pretty low on performance, too. That's because most unleadeds just don't have a high enough octane rating to give you the performance you want, the performance you used to get from your regular. In fact, according to standards set by the American Society for Testing and Materials, the people who set gasoline standards used by the federal and state governments, very few unleaded gasolines have a high enough octane to be called regular. To help you choose between them, one usually sells for less. Getty Unleaded Regular gives you the clean running engine you expect from an unleaded, plus the octane performance you want. And you pay less than you would for most other major unleadeds. Now think a minute. Why settle for an unleaded gasoline that's below regular when you can get one that's regular? Getty Unleaded Regular. Once again, we've got what's best for your car.
Reggie Jackson's home run won the ball game for the Yankees 4-3 over the Orioles, and for his homer, Reggie receives Getty gift certificates good toward the purchase of Getty Premium, the gasoline that, according to a recent survey, sells from 2 to 2.5 cents less per gallon than most other major premiums. Premium or new Getty Unleaded Regular, Getty's got what's best for your car. We'll talk more about the Yankee game in our wrap-up. Turning to the National League, at the end of 6 innings, the Chicago Cubs lead the Montreal Expos 2-1. Steve Rogers is pitching for Montreal and Ray Burris for Chicago. The Mets are in St. Louis tonight. The rest of the National League night schedule: Phillies play the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Steve Carlton is due against Bert Blyleven. Cincinnati will send Fred Norman against Don Sutton at Los Angeles tonight. Houston plays at San Diego, and Atlanta at San Francisco. And here at the stadium, the Yankees edge the Orioles 4-3 on Reggie's leadoff home run in the bottom half of the ninth. I'll be back in a moment with the Yankee wrap-up. The Yankee Scoreboard Show has been sponsored by Getty Gasoline. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show is sponsored by the Lincoln Savings Bank and by Magnavox. Well, here at Yankee Stadium this afternoon, the Yankees defeated the Orioles 4-3. The Yankees thus evened off their record at the 500 mark and evened up this 2-game series, 1 win apiece. Baltimore won last night's ball game by a score of 6-1, and this afternoon the Yankees winning by a score of 4-3. The Yankees have now won 5 and lost 5, and Baltimore's record is 4 wins and 7 losses. The Orioles scored a run in the first inning when they got a leadoff single from Al Bumbry, a double from Mark Belanger, and a sacrifice fly from Gary Renicky. After that, the Orioles did not get another base hit until the 5th, when, with 2 outs, Rick Dempsey singled to center field off Ron Guidry. The Orioles hit the ball hard in the 6th inning, an indication perhaps that Guidry was tiring. Every shot in the 6th inning was well hit. There were 3 base hits. The Orioles got 1 run out of it. Then in the 7th inning, Guidry got the first 2 hitters, Carlos Lopez and Rick Dempsey. But with 2 outs, he walked the number 9 hitter in the batting order, Rich Dower, gave up a base hit to Al Bumbry. He walked Mark Belanger to load the bases. Billy Martin walked to the mound, took Guidry out of the game, brought Sparky Lyle in, and Sparky Lyle walked Gary Renicky to force in the tying run in the ballgame. The Yankees got a run in the first inning when Willie Randolph tripled on a fly ball that should have been caught in right center field by either Bumbry or Lopez. Both had a chance. It was up to Bumbry, we thought, to take charge, but they let the ball drop. It went for a triple. That cost the Orioles a run as Thurman Munson singled on a little handle hit over the head of first baseman Eddie Murray. The Yankees got 2 runs in the 4th when Jackson walked and stole second. Chris Chambliss brought him in with a base hit. Chambliss went to second base on the throw home, and then Chris scored run number 3 for the Yankees on Roy White's single to right field. The Yankees not able to score again. They took a tie ball game to the bottom half of the 9th, but then they scored when Reggie homered. And I'll be back with more in a moment. Are you thinking about getting a home video cassette recorder? Well, if you are, now's the time to think about the better one, the Magnavox home video cassette recorder. For a limited time only, during the special box office bonus, your participating Magnavox dealer is offering a terrific deal with every Magnavox VCR. You get a free full-length motion picture and 1 blank video cassette, or 4 free blank video cassettes. Plus, when you buy the Magnavox home video cassette recorder, you get free membership in the Magnavox Movie Club. So you'll be able to purchase 12 major motion pictures at greatly reduced prices. Choose from 50 great movies like Patton, MASH, Hello Dolly, French Connection, Cleopatra, and even the highlights of Notre Dame's 1977 championship season. What's more, the Magnavox VCR gives you the features you want, like 4 hours of recording and playback on a single video cassette, a remote pause control for easy armchair editing, and a built-in timer. See the Magnavox home video cassette recorder at your Magnavox dealer during the box office bonus. It can save you over $300. In the ball game here at Yankee Stadium this afternoon, the Yankees 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Orioles 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Sparky Lyle picked up the win in relief. It was Sparky's first victory of the year and his first decision. He had, take that back, he had 1 save prior. So Lyle now a win and a save. The loss was tagged on Tippy Martinez, who faced only the one batter, Reggie Jackson, and Jackson took the left-hander downtown with a line drive into the lower deck in right field for his second home run of the year, and that was the winning shot in the ball game. Tippy Martinez's record is now no wins and 1 loss. So the 2-game series and the Yankee homestand winds up. The Yankees now move on to Toronto, and I'll have more to say about that in just a moment.
Excuse me, ma'am. May I talk to you?
What's that?
Just a tape recorder. I'm taping radio commercials for the Lincoln Savings Bank. You're here opening a free checking account?
I am.
Would you talk into the mic, please, ma'am?
I am opening a free checking account.
Why?
So I can pay my bills by check.
I mean, why at the Lincoln Savings Bank? Did you have a free checking account at some other bank?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it wasn't free like the Lincoln's is free.
Oh?
It was only free if I kept a big balance in the account. The interest I lost on that minimum balance business.
I'll need your name and address, please.
I was lending my money to the bank, interest-free. Between the lost interest and the service charges when I dropped below their minimum, I could have bought a new dress every year.
No service charges, no minimums at the Lincoln.
No 10 or 15 cents per check either, as if you didn't know.
How much do you have in your Lincoln savings account?
I beg your pardon?
No, do you have to have a minimum in your savings account to get free checking?
Yes, sir. $1.
And your name, please, ma'am?
It's free.
I really have to have
Free. F-R-E-E. Gladys Free.
I really pick 'em, don't I? Free, as in checking at the Lincoln. Member FDIC.
The Yankees now have a 2-game series against the Blue Jays in Toronto. Tomorrow afternoon and Thursday afternoon, both games will start at 4 o'clock New York time. Ken Holtzman is due to start tomorrow for the Yankees against Jerry Garvin of the Blue Jays. And on Thursday afternoon, Ed Figueroa will be going for his 3rd win of the season against Tom Underwood. A couple of more notes for you. Mickey Rivers' 6-game hitting streak was ended today when Mick the Quick went 0 for 4 on 3 groundouts and a fly ball to center field. The attendance here at Yankee Stadium, 15,628. The Yankees last night went over their first 100,000 in home attendance. It took them 7 games to draw that many people last year. Our star of the game this afternoon, and there's no doubt in anybody's mind that it will be Reggie Jackson, whose home run won the ball game in the 9th inning. That was not the only contribution Reggie made. He walked twice. He was on base 4 times altogether. He did have 1 stolen base, and yes, he was thrown out trying to steal 1 time. His 1 stolen base, though, led to another run. That was in the 4th when he walked, stole second, and was in position to score on Chris Chambliss' base hit out into left center field. So Reggie Jackson receives the Magnavox Star of the Game, and at the end of the season, the player with the most stars will receive a beautiful home entertainment center from Magnavox. Well, now we hope you'll be with us for the Toronto series. We'll be on with the pregame show tomorrow afternoon at 3:45. The game will start at 4 o'clock New York time. And don't forget, Kenny Holtzman will be starting that ball game for the Yankees against Jerry Garvin. I'm Frank Messer, and this has been the Yankee Wrap-Up. The Yankee Wrap-Up Show has been sponsored by Magnavox and by the Lincoln Savings Bank.
All news all the time. This is WINS. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
It's 55 degrees at 4:40. I'm Stan Z. Burns, and here's what's happening. The city draws Union Fire.